How do I describe MJF and Hangman Adam Page? It was bloody, it was vicious, it was violent, it was bloody, it was cinematic, it was epic, it was bloody, it was memorable, it was crazy. Did I say it was bloody?
This is the voice of Killer Cross, and right about now, we're about to take it to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
Welcome to the 11th anniversary of Max Wrestling. I am your television champion, the captain, along with the knowledge champion, Moses Marquez, along with the world champion, Beer. And of course, joining us this week after his triumphant victory in tag team action last week is the one and only podcast machine, Mike Larkin. Tonight we are going to jump into the absolute chaos from AEW Revolution, but there is so much more coming your way tonight.
Chaos indeed. But yes, coming up tonight are top reactions. And from the debut of Ronda Rousey, whether they're positive or negative, trust me, we'll get into that. The return of Cope and Cage tonight. Beer and Phoenix sign on the dotted line on their contract for Promo Mania, and my co-GM and I finally have a sit down and iron out some details. We go one-on-one in the GM Summit.
All I can say to Phoenix is, you've made your bed, now you line up. And also, Cypher is looking to punch his ticket to Promo Mania. But things first, what about the vicious heel turn of Randy Orton from Friday Night Smackdown?
You try to do the air quotes, my man's frozen.
Well, at least we can hear him. But
Vanilla ice, baby. Vanilla ice.
Yeah, you're frozen again, but we're frozen in fear from Randy Orton's heel turn on SmackDown because, like I said on the intro, MJF and Hangman was bloody, but Cody got bloodied up too.
Yeah, he did.
And yet another kick in the balls.
I had flashbacks back to like 80s with the Horsemen beating up Dusty Rhodes, or Terry Funk beating up Ric Flair and pile driving him on the announce table in the timekeepers area. It was very reminiscent of old school 2009 Randy Orton. It's like when the first time you saw him in 2007 doing the punt, it was just like, my God almighty, and then they started the concussion stuff. I think this is where they needed to go. I mean, there's history right here, much like Cody mentioned, the first ever matchup that they had in 2007, Cody's first WrestleMania, the Legacy Triple Threat back in 2010. So I think what we have here is two men who have amplified themselves, the evolution, pun intended, of both of their characters and their legacies. You see what I did there? I know you did. There's something that really hypes you up about this, and if there's anybody that's going to be a heel in this, it's Randy. But he got cheered. He got cheered for beating the shit out of Cody.
You know what? And I was one of those that was cheering him for beating the shit out of Cody. I thought this was so needed, okay? Because we randomly had the title change. The internet went bananas. If we tried to please the internet, we'd lose our own minds. But in reality, it was a weird call to have a quick turnaround like that, just as quickly set up Randy and Cody. But this is where Randy shines. He's that heel, that guy to be absolutely afraid of. You brought up 2009, and I remembered that's when I was just utterly disgusted with the fella. Everything he did made you sick. And then I remembered, I think it was like 2012 or whatever. That's Amir, shout out to Amir, where he's all like doing like the jumping splits in the air and this and that, and he's got the mutton chops, and I just love how quick he can flip it. And then again, the old school wrestling. If there's anybody that knows old school wrestling, it's Randy Orton from his. I forgot where his dad wrestled. I don't want to say it was NWA.
Mid-South.
Mid-South. That sounds about right. Mid-South, Georgia South, one of those out there. So he understood that, and of course we know Dusty was all over the place. So yeah, I old school feel for sure. Getting Cody bloodied up was necessary. Putting the fear of old school, bald-headed, crazy-looking Randy Orton said, "Bam!" Except now I'm massive. That got me. I love that. So yeah, I was already intrigued. You know what I mean? I'm already ready for a nice, the nostalgia. As I'm a sucker for the nostalgia. You know what I mean? The teacher and the student. I was already excited off of that part. Now they got me excited because Crazy Randy's back. Can't be mad at Crazy Randy.
I got to ask, who do you think is on that phone call that we saw on Raw? Who do you think he called? A lot of people are saying Cowboy Bob. Some people are saying Cena. Some people are saying Kevin Owens. What do you guys think?
A lot of people saying The Rock.
Yep, The Rock too.
I don't want to go Uncle Dewey. I like the Kevin Owens thing because maybe it's just me. I'm dying for the cat to come back. That's just me. It's just me.
There's some people saying it's Ric Flair.
Woo!
Please don't.
No, please don't.
Please don't.
You got to stay sober for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's a challenge.
Nope. That's a challenge. You might as well say the next 4 hours.
The most intriguing part about that phone call was that thank you for doing this. So obviously it's somebody with some sway or some kind of power, and what the hell have they done for him? Because all we've seen is him beating the shit out of Cody. We haven't seen anything else, unless whoever he's on the phone to is somehow giving him the privilege of picking a match stipulation or something like that. But given that we've only really seen the opening chapter of this rivalry so far, we can't really comment on what that favor is going to... Don't be Paul Heyman. We don't need any more favors. It's going to be... The Rock seems like the most obvious choice. And again, we haven't seen him for... I don't think
Elimination Chamber.
I don't think there was a war going on. But we haven't seen The Rock for a long time.
Already.
There's a lot of whispers saying that it might even be Shane McMahon, but we haven't seen Shane McMahon since he sabotaged one of the worst Royal Rumbles I think I've ever seen in 2022. Yeah. So is it going to be Shane? I don't think it would make sense. People have said it's Vince.
Oh, God.
Vince McMahon is never coming back, so we can take that out of the
don't want it
right now.
I'm going to give you some advice that my parents gave me in the 90s about being on the internet. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. And that Vince is far-fetched. The Shane one, I don't know. I'm still very much thinking that he's like, hey, Tony Khan, and really, really, really wants to get into AEW. I don't think he wants to have anything else to do with WWE. I could be outside my mind about it, though. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just my thought on that. I think it is going to be The Rock. I think it's going to be The Rock, and it's going to be underwhelming, and we're not going to care.
I mean, this is 3 years in a row that we've seen Cody been bloody. I mean, this is the first time we've seen Randy, been a heel since 2021. So, I mean, I guess, sure, why not? See where it goes.
There's free guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and Cody Rhodes getting bloodied right before WrestleMania.
Exactly. There you go.
Here's a ballsy call, maybe. Somebody close to Cody who could side with Randy to screw him, maybe a Ricky Starks.
Hey, okay.
Hey.
Little Ricky Saints action, okay.
Ricky's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's Saints now. I keep forgetting. Pretty Ricky.
Hobbs.
Let's go with Pretty Ricky.
It would be a good way
to... What's the deal with Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Hangman Adam Page. I'm sorry.
Going to jail?
Yeah, he's going to jail, so it's not going to be Ted DiBiase Jr. Which would have been very nice and poetic for the legacy.
Man?
Ted DiBiase Sr.?
Yes, Senior's not going to jail. He's okay.
No.
Senior's not going to jail. He's on the up and up. He's legit mode.
Legend.
Other guy.
Ted DiBiase, legend, but the greatest laugh in wrestling.
Yep. I do have to say this because he was associated with Randy Orton when we saw Jelly Roll at the end. Did you see who Jelly Roll's tag team partner is going to be for WrestleMania? It looks like they're talking about doing Miz and Kit Wilson against Jelly Roll and Powerhouse Hobbs. Which is like, okay.
Seems very, very random, but I do like Jelly Roll.
Same.
And he's obviously a super, super fan. So I'm good with him getting a Mania match.
And Hobbs is great, but I'm thinking just because he cursed the Miz on SmackDown, why can't it be Danhausen? But all right. But I mean, hey, if Powerhouse Hobbs gets his moment at the good old voice keys, why not?
Man, I'm loving Danhausen.
Same.
Like we said, was it last week or the week before?
We're cursed.
He is a WWE gimmick, and that's why he's thriving.
Yeah. Hey, it's crazy that we say the word gimmick around E-fans, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But we know what a gimmick is. And there's certain gimmicks that'll fit. Like, I literally used this comparison today. because they were like, there's a dad at one of the school that I work at, or this wrestling is his thing, and he's like, how did you know Danhausen is gonna work? I was like, look at him, it's like Eddie Munster. Oh, I didn't even think of it like that. I was like, he's just a big fucking goofball. He's our truth, but painted up, has a funny voice. You're gonna love him. Don't worry about it. And he's like, oh yeah, well, he's like, that's why. What did he say? He's like, I think he's like, oh yeah, he's like, so Hangman's leaving. That's the comparison he used. I thought I was gonna use MJF. No, he's like, well, Hangman's leaving, right? Because he lost. I was like, well, Hangman's dead, in my opinion. He's dead now. Now he can just go back for the world title because Hangman Adam Page died at Revolution, and whoever returns is going to be whoever the real guy is, whatever his real name is.
Cowboy Adam Page.
There it is, Cowboy Adam Page. I'm a whole new fella, bud. Whatever. Just to throw it out there. And they were like, well, that cowboy gimmick would totally work in WWE. I was like, no, it wouldn't. He's like, what? I was like, there's gimmicks that would work in the E, and there's gimmicks that wouldn't work in the E. And one gimmick that doesn't work in the E anymore is a person who's a gimmick. Oh, I'm a cowboy. I'm whatever. I was like, translation, I was like, MJF could make it because he could talk. But once you start cutting his language, you're not going to enjoy his promos. Once you start forcing him to be in a box, you're not going to like his promos. He's going to be too repetitive. AEW allows freedom. You don't need freedom with Danhausen. You let fucking Danhausen go out there and, what's happening? You're cursed, and you're cursed, and you're cursed. Short cannon. That's all it is. And it's fucking, you guys are dead, and he makes bazillions of dollars. Bazillions of dollars. More money than Pepsi Fit.
You know what it is?
And
you know what it is for me? You know what it is for me, too? Like, you guys mentioned gimmicks. It's like, and Beer can attest to this, because for those who watch WWE Evolve on Tubi, Luca Crucifino, who was the consigliere for the D'Angelo family, he's now doing the Raver gimmick on Evolve, where he's talking about peace, love, unity, and respect. Plur, man. So he went from being the consigliere to the Raver. Kind of reminds me back in the day when good old Adam Rose went from Leo Kruger to Adam Rose, and it's like, what in the blue hell are we doing here? So, I mean, you have that nice little transition, but it's like, we'll see how they go with it. So, I mean, with Danhausen, natural fit. So, you never know what's going to gravitate and move the needle for people.
This guy said Leo Kruger, dude. I just seen the whole thing all over again.
I remember everybody begging him to go back to being Leo Kruger for so long, and he got so pissed off about it.
So bad.
I was praying every day because Leo Kruger is obviously I'm going back to do my Back to Black and Gold. I'm watching. I was thinking this gimmick worked, and many of the E fans actually have not seen. Remember 1995, where literally every wrestler was a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
every single one, even though it was a dark time for WWE, and obviously WCW was just becoming on the rise, and obviously Japan was starting to come along the scene. This is what WWE fans need to learn. And Adam Page, I don't think Page would work in WWE. I could think TNA.
95 was a weird year, and it was a sucky year for WWE, and I have to blame Power Rangers a little bit because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was sky high in 95, and Vince was just like in the back, make me a new monster.
Yeah.
That's all WWE was.
You know who I have to blame for the 95 gimmicks?
Russo.
The Goon. No, the Goon.
The Goon.
Yeah.
Oh, the Goon. I remember that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good times.
Oh, God.
They don't remember Duke the Drums. Don't the Duke Drowsy.
Duke could go. My man could go, though. That was what I remember him. He was my man could go. God dang, I got to bring the
Techno Team 2000. Hello?
Oh, God. There's so many names. I just want to bring it back just to be ashamed to watch it, but it's going to be awesome.
I will say for Raw this week, it felt long.
Yeah.
SmackDown was 3 hours bang on, I think, and that was long, but Raw was just shy, and somehow it felt longer.
I got to say, though, Penta and Dragon Lee did the damn thing. For the 20 minutes they got was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was some good stuff on Raw, but it did feel like it was going long. And then you get to like the last hour, and you've still got one match and one promo segment between Punk and Roman, and even that felt rushed.
Yeah. Very underwhelming.
It was the weakest of their 3 exchanges.
Yeah, definitely. Roman could have been a lot more vicious, but he came out, he said like 2 lines, and then he tried to leave. And then Punk just like obviously dragged him back. I definitely felt like Roman could have been a lot more vicious, especially after Punk's comments a couple
You're
of weeks
old,
ago.
man. That's literally what it was. You're old, bang. That was it.
That's what broke you? You're old?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was very, very underwhelming. But we need to do a shout out before we get to the Bruv board. What about that opening segment?
Oh, that was golden.
That is how you start Monday Night Raw.
He better mollywop Brock at WrestleMania. If he loses, I will be so pissed.
They can't book him to lose now. People are going to be so fucked off if Oba loses now.
I'm so glad that the E fans have this Men in Black memory. You know what I mean? If they want to forget it, they fucking forget it. Because remember, at the Rumble, they shat the bed. They had the moment to do exactly this, and they shat the bed. Now that they did it, it's like, fuck yeah, and I'm happy. Now run with it. Yeah. Now there are the fucking rumors and reports that Brock doesn't want to lose at Mania and all this other shit. I literally said it after the Rumble as how upset I was by the treatment of Oba Femi. But now it matters even more. If Brock's going out at SummerSlam, and that's not too much further outside of Mania, ego aside, Oba has to win. I don't give a fuck if it's a kick out at 3 old school type of shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. Oba needs the victory. He does. Not a visual pin where the ref's fucking back is turned and the crowd counts to 12. I don't know. He needs the win. He needs the win. Sorry, Brock. Your ego could fuck off. Maybe you don't lose at fucking SummerSlam, but you need to lose at against Oba Femi. That's for damn sure. For damn sure.
To his credit, I don't think Brock's ego is coming into play in this one. I mean, he seemed to be the one to put Oba over on Raw, which a lot of people have picked up on. The same with Drew McIntyre when he told him to pick up the belts. Brock's on the floor. He's like, "Stand on me." Pointed the sign.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be helpful, which is good.
Which is unusual for Brock.
I like it. Yeah, it's unusual for dang sure. It's like, you're being nice.
Okay. I think what it is if Brock's gonna lose to a young up and comer at WrestleMania, then he wants to make him look as fucking good as he can.
Hey, and that's fucking brilliant, because remember, there was a situation where a guy left the company because they had an up and coming star. What do you mean we're gonna give this away for free? Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar, that whole scenario where he took his ball and went home. Brock's like, hey dude, this guy could fucking be something. You're really just going to... No. If this is what it is and we're going to get a proper send-off, then I'm glad Brock has finally calmed down enough or matured enough to make these decisions.
Yeah, and let's not forget one of the WrestleMania matches with Brock that really stuck with Dean Ambrose and was...
let's not go there.
I don't think he ever really got over that before he decided to leave, and how much of a shambles that match was.
Indeed.
But yeah, the opening segment was awesome. I'm kind of over the masked men putties now. They're not adding anything to it. It's just like
beautiful.
They all dance around and hey, here's Seth. Well, yeah, but we know Seth back and the leader, so what's the point? Anyway.
I just think it's hilarious because every time they do it, there's always like one really big one, and I'm like, that's totally Seth.
I felt bad for the two who got their asses kicked. One hit their head on the barricade, one on the diamond plate.
Brock mollywopped him.
Oh, it was terrible, bro. Like, I felt so bad for those two.
And even from a storyline point of view, Seth didn't give a shit. He just stood there letting them get the shit beat out of him.
Your sacrificial lamb.
And I gotta give credit so much to whoever produced this segment or directed this segment and the camera work, from going to Paul Heyman and his introduction of Brock Lesnar, because it was just a close-up of Paul, then he drops the punchline, and then you hear Brock's music and the camera just sways around him. It's perfect.
I think what was cool about this too is Heyman looked exactly the same way after Solo and the MFTs put him through the announce table at the Garden. I thought that was a nice little touch too.
Yeah. Paul Heyman commits to looking disheveled and beaten down, and he hasn't slept in 2 weeks. and what the fuck did LA Knight do to him in that ambulance?
I got to tell you something. I am so happy that they're also going with the direction of Brock and Oba, because one of the rumor mills from Uncle Dave was that it was originally going to be Brock Lesnar and LA Knight, because LA Knight eliminated him at the Rumble. And I'm like, thank God it's not LA Knight and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I don't know what LA Knight's going to do, but that would have been pretty bad for LA Knight.
It's dependent on the Braun Breaker situation, because obviously we don't know whether Braun's going to be back. If he comes back from that injury quickly, he's a maniac. Are they going to go with Theory and Logan against Seth and LA Knight?
Or I think they're pushing the Usos since they got that match next week. I think we're going to get the tag title match, which I'm not looking forward to at all.
About the match.
No, Theory and Paul are just awful.
It's going to be a bad dicks.
Do you know what, though? I think my biggest complaint about Raw was that it was 316 day. It was on 316 day.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's right there. And there was no Stone Cold. Like, you're even in Texas. You're in San Antonio. You're telling me you couldn't get him for like a segment or anything like that?
What?
We didn't get.
John Callis called on the phone.
We didn't get highlights. We didn't get video package, anything like that. All we got was, oh hey, you can buy WrestleMania tickets now at a discount of 31.6%.
Go to WrestleMania, son. What?
There was actually a real Danhausen posted out of him as Cold Steve Austin, running around backstage, confusing the fuck out of everybody. Chelsea Green looked like she just had a brain fart. He should have been doing that during Raw all night, just going around backstage wearing a skull cap going, what? I'm Cold Steve Austin.
Not friggin' just doing the t-shirt gun, doing the commercial again. Like, we
No.
get it, but come on.
And I don't know why they always do it during the break, because if you watch the replay, they add it back into the show.
Yeah.
Did you like that he cursed Grayson Waller this week?
I mean, he's been cursed for like 2 years.
Yes.
He's been awfully booked. Because in NXT 2.0, he was the biggest heel. And he was booked like a dream under Shawn. Because there was even whispers about Stand and Deliver, I think it was 2023, that they were going to have Shawn against Grayson Waller, which I'm glad they didn't, because they had the match with Johnny Gargano against Waller, and it was a fucking banger match. Grayson Waller, I have no idea what they're doing with him. Because I don't think it fits with the New Day.
No,
it's not working.
It's so out of place. Ever since the breakup with Theory, he's done nothing but be the New Day's valet.
I mean, I do have the intrigue of Javon and Kofi because they're so similar, and Kofi being kind of what Javon used to be and what kind of started that. So, I mean, that's cool, but I'm also like, so with Xavier injured, they don't really have the New Day, so we have kind of like Kofi trying to recruit Javon, and it's like, all right, I guess.
Yeah, I do like that. I get a lot of young Kofi vibes from Javon.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So running back to Punk and Roman, I'm guessing, well, I'm pretty sure now that that's going to be Night 2's main event, and Night 1's going to be Cody and Orton.
Randy. Yep.
I'm really getting annoyed by all the different match graphics. Like, it was the scratchy black and white originally, then it was like this nice high-tech futuristic match graphic, and now it's fucking Mad Max. What are we doing? Somebody in the graphics department in WWE just went hell for leather.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
hey,
stop it.
Hey, Paul, I got another concept. Another one?
Another one?
Another one.
It's like the freaking multiverse of match graphics.
You know what annoyed me about this Raw, too? Is I know they're trying to do something because we saw it with GCW and her and like NWA, like Natty's new gimmick, which I love. I loved seeing that edgy Natty, but the Maxine match was just so short, and nobody's really into it because it's like they feel it's just Natalya, like old Natalya, not this Natty new character. And Maxine, I love her, but this is not getting over as it should.
No,
there is a story here.
The feud has been the drizzling shits.
It has.
They've recycled the match so many times in 2 months.
You know what it's like? Oh god, I hate to make this comparison. It's like when they did Natty versus Lacey Evans for like weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and then it's like, oh my god, this is Big Mac in Saudi, the first ever women's match in Saudi. But for us, it's just like, okay, we've seen it like the past 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
I'm buying Natty's new gimmick. I look at her and I don't see Natalya. I do see a more aggressive side of her. And she's never been great on the mic, but she's a little bit better now. She's serious and aggressive. But not for one moment during this whole feud have I thought, hey, maybe Maxine's going to win. It's just it's just been one-sided the whole time. And they've had like 3 matches.
Well, dude, it's like, how many times are we going to do Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez on Raw, for God's sake?
That was another one. I mean, I'm not going to complain about seeing Stephanie Vaquer, but still.
No, get.
My question is what the fuck are they going to do with Io at WrestleMania? We can have Io and Raquel?
I have.
Please no.
Is there a story there because of like their NXT Women's Championship match from 5 years ago? Sure, but it's just like it's random as hell if they do that. They got the Kabuki Warriors with Bayley and Lyra, and they're teasing the Lyra turn on Bayley. So I don't know, man. Or they could both turn heel. They don't know. They don't know. It's one big bag of hogwash.
I don't really want to see Lyra turn heel. I'm down for a little title run between her and Bayley.
Same.
Yeah. Anyone but the Bellas.
Yes.
Oh god. Well, they get the tag title match on SmackDown this yeah.
And we also had a pre-tape segment where Liv Morgan cut a promo on Finn after they kicked him out of Judgment Day. I'm like, why are you cutting the promo? Shouldn't it be Dom? Shouldn't you be more concerned with Stephanie Vaquer? Why is it Liv and Finn in this story?
Exactly. Well, poor Dom is injured. Where that chair shot at AAA.
Oh, he got his bell wrong.
Mm-hmm. So poor Dom with his.
The best ones who've cut that promo for me would have been JD McDonough. Because you got to remember, JD McDonough was trained by Finn Balor, and he's like a mentor to JD McDonough. That would have made more sense for me. If it wasn't Dom, JD McDonough would have done it perfectly. Because he's good.
Yeah.
Very good promo teller.
Dig up the NXT UK match.
That's why it made perfect sense for JD to be the one to really pull the trigger on that turn of kicking him out of Judgment Day. Like, yeah, Finn and Dom are just fighting, everybody else is backing off. But then JD's the one that took Finn down and started the whole beatdown. So I just don't understand why Liv was the one that cut the promo on him last on Raw. But yeah, it was an okay build to Mania. I think we've still got a lot of work to do, especially after cutting that segment between Punk and Roman so short. It should have been a lot longer than that. But you did a hell of a job of Oba and Brock, so I'll give you credit for that one. Still to come tonight, Beer tells you all about the new faction for... Oh, no, that was last week. Beer tells you all about the chaos that went down with the women in NXT this week, particularly a main event steel cage match. But before we get into our week in wrestling history, it is, of course, time for a little Max Energy sponsor, even though they don't sponsor us. This week, it is Carabao.
Hey.
Mango Burst.
Which flavor?
Mango Burst.
Nice.
It's a new one.
Lovely.
It's another new one on me. Let's take a
Lovely.
look.
I've tried it.
The footy gods hate me. It's another cup sponsor, just like thrown right in my face. I don't need to know nothing about no cup games right now. Damn it.
That aftertaste is sweet. Now, let's get into our trip in wrestling history with our DeLorean. It's this week in wrestling history.
Mo, I got to tell you, Dan had me cracking up because after we recorded our RWT podcast last night, apparently you said fuck AWA on TSK or whatever it was.
I told them, I tell the boys, I said fucking fuck AWA.
I died.
I've not watched AWA in ages.
There's no AWA history this week, but on March 16th, 1997, at WCW Uncensored, Dean Malenko defeated Eddie Guerrero to win the United States Championship in a no-DQ match, and the NWO's Hogan, Savage, Hall, and Nash were victorious in a triangle elimination match against Team Piper and Team WCW. After the match, the NWO attacked Lex Luger before Sting descended from the rafters and cleaned house before confronting Hogan in the slow build to Starrcade.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Take me back.
I think we said this in recent weeks, one of the most underrated WrestleManias, March 17th, 2002. At WrestleMania X8, it emanated from Toronto's Skydome, headlined by the legendary Icon versus Icon match between The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Triple H also defeated Chris Jericho for the Undisputed Championship. The Undertaker went 10-0 in his streak, defeating Ric Flair. Jazz defeated Trish Stratus and Lita to retain the Women's Championship, and the Hardcore Championship changed hands 4 times during the night due to the 24/7 rule.
And friggin' Maven rolling up Christian, friggin' going in the car. Christian and Molly Holly, stand back. There's a new Hardcore champion coming through.
Yeah, and in the end, it ended back up on Maven anyway.
Wait, you're not going to talk about one of the greatest storylines ever? Edge and Booker T for the Japanese shampoo commercial?
Oh, God. The best moment about that Hardcore title power is, remember when Al Snow drove the golf cart and he drove it straight into the wall?
Yes.
I remember howling laughing.
Was this the WrestleMania with DDP and Christian, and he's like, I'm from Tampa now, and he's making fun of him with the smiling, I think he's doing the crybaby thing? Yeah.
Yes.
And also,
okay. I need to go watch 18.
one of the best WrestleMania theme songs of all time, Tearaway by Drowning Pool.
You know whose theme song that was in Ring of Honor, right?
No.
Kevin Steen.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Um,
I would have paid a little more attention.
And then I think we don't do ECW very often, but March 21st, 1999, ECW Living Dangerously was main evented by Taz defeating Sabu in an extreme death match. I don't know what an extreme death match is because death matches are extreme anyway. To unify the ECW and the FTW championships, and then Rob Van Dam also defeated his arch nemesis Jerry Lynn to retain the television championship.
What a fucking workhorse belt that TV title was in ECW. My God.
Oh yeah, especially on Rob.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a crime that the only time we got Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn in the WWF was like a 5-minute match on Heat, which is such a crime.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jerry Lynn's whole booking in WWE was a crime. He was just saddled in the light heavyweight division.
Dude, he cut that promo at the World, and he's like, Jerry Lynn, oh yeah, light heavyweight champion. Like, why are you screaming right now, bro? Like, and just like it came out of nowhere. It's like, why are you screaming like that?
One of the best pure wrestlers
thing.
of the 90s, and you got him just not doing anything really.
Well, you say that, and I'll even color it like this. When I remember seeing him doing retro rewind times, it was like watching freaking Kenny Omega in the 90s. That's exactly Jerry Lynn's moves. It's like, fuck, it's just like Kenny Omega. And I'm like, why did this guy not make it anywhere?
Do you know how friggin' random it is that, oh god, this is my video game nerdiness coming in. It's like you're playing Just Bring It, and he's one of the unlockable friggin' players to unlock with him in the light heavyweight title. Like him, Fred Durst. I think you can unlock Mick Foley, Commissioner Foley, and others. I'm like, oh.
Fred Durst had a cool moveset. Like
he did?
He was doing all this flippy shit that Fred Durst would never do.
Never.
They gave him the Undertaker's clothesline, the friggin' diving clothesline, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Do you not know how long it took me to unlock Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon?
Oh god,
How long does it take?
Hours.
Yeah.
On Just Bring It, yeah.
My sister wanted me some reason to unlock both of them. I went, yeah, you go for your piano lessons, I'll sort it out. She came home from her piano lessons, and I was still there doing it. She was like, have you not done it? I'm like, dude, you know how long it'll take me to do this?
Time.
When I got it done, I was like, you owe me money.
There it
That
is.
was Now, you want to talk about story modes. I think that was probably one of the shortest story modes in history of season mode. Like, it was like 3 weeks, right? If you remember correctly.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Real
Thank
quick.
God.
Good old days of
Thank God
unlocking
it-
shit.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, pay for this extra content. No, I'd rather go
No.
through a
I'd rather
40-man slobber knocker to unlock them.
Seriously,
Yes,
yeah. Give me an
Slobberknocker.
unbeatable challenge that I work 5 weeks on and finally get it. And like, yes.
And by the way, tier 40 is done already, so I've got the lot already.
There you go.
I don't know
Like
what
in
this
Shut
means
Your
because I haven't played it yet.
Exactly.
It's like in Shut Your Mouth when you do the 2-year season mode and then you just unlock everybody's attire and whatnot. Like, take me back, man.
Was it
Simple time.
12 that was so repetitive on career mode? You win a championship and then it just keeps recycling until you lose the title?
Yes.
Meh. Right then, it is time for the first of our 3 segments tonight, but this one is an actual match. A few weeks ago, maybe a couple months, Cypher used his platform on Aftermax to lay down a challenge. He wanted to face 3 people to face me. So if Cypher wins by just 1 minute, he gets a shot at the television championship. The question is, who are his opponents? Let's find out.
Stupid Cypher. You hear that? That's not fear. That's math. And the numbers don't lie. You think you're coming into this match on the 11-year anniversary of Max, thinking this is some little heroic underdog story where you rise up and take what this little thing that you want, this title? No. This is an equation, and you don't add up. Because you're not facing me. You're facing the Demoness. You're facing AT Wrestler. You're facing Ted P. De Niro. And the truth is, you don't even know who's behind me right now. You don't know which one's going to come into the match. You don't know if there's 2 more people coming. You don't know if all of us are coming. You think somebody's going to stop us? No. We're the CWO. We do what we want. You want a shot at the TV title at Promo Mania, then you survive us. You survive the system, you survive the numbers, you survive the CWO. But here's the part that you're too blind to calculate, Cypher. We don't just beat people, we erase them. So go ahead, step into our equation, but just understand this. When the numbers hit 0, so do you.
Corey fucking Cypher. Well, brother. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I mean, I think I understand what's happening here, brother. You want to be Cody Rhodes, don't you, brother? You want to finish that story, don't you, brother? Yeah, that's right. I mean, we all remember, Corey, last year, right before that big tournament, which you didn't do so well in, where you were supposed to have a promo against Daz, yeah, and defend that television title, and it didn't go super well, did it, Corey? Oh, what an unfortunate time that was for you. And then you enter in this tournament, brother, because you were going to prove that you were the best. And you were going to prove that you could beat everybody that came to cut promos. But that didn't go too well, did it, brother? No. Lots of unfortunate things happening in the life of Cypher, yeah. But let me tell you something, brother. If you wanted to finish your story, if you wanted to prove that you were the best, there's one big question here, brother. Why would you stack the deck so high against yourself? I mean, the reality is, you could have called out anybody, brother. You could have called out Jonathan Beveridge, brother. You could have called out the Phoenix, brother. You could have called out a myriad of people, but instead, you called on the CW. Oh, yeah, that's right, brother. And not only did you call out the CWO, but you called on the man that is the whole fucking show. And oh, yeah, brother. You called out these 86-inch fucking pythons, brother. That's gonna prove to be a calculated mistake, bitch. But you know what? I don't know if I want you to win. I don't know if I want you to lose. I mean, you're my frenemy after all, right? Sometimes you say a lot of mean things about the CWO, brother. And sometimes you put us over. But I think it'll be interesting if you make it past the CWO. Spoiler alert, you won't. But if you do you really have what it takes to defeat the great Dazzy Lee? Unfortunately for you, bitch, you might never figure that out. So as a word of advice, if you actually want to make it to Promo Mania, you have to be careful who you call out, brother. You gotta be careful whose names you say. Because as the old adage goes, speak of the devil, and they shall appear.
We are a tiny bit offended that you only asked our brothers in the CWO. Did you forget? that the Demoness is part of the CWO's family. You insulted us. Brave mortal. But know this. You have me to deal with too. And I am not someone you want to mess with right now. But I will have fun ending you again. What's the matter? You've forgotten how to talk to us? I'm going to end you, Cypher. And it's not going to be pretty. Trust me.
Oh, yeah!
Excuse the noise in the background. There's a lot going on here at the Coulter compound, but we all are familiar with this place. A lot of good memories, a lot of bad memories, but it's time to focus on the here and now. And that's punching my ticket to Promo Mania to be the inaugural 4-time TV champion against Daz Lee. But first, I gotta get through a challenge. And I can't take this challenge lightly because they're 3 of the most dangerous men that I ever encountered. Now, I've never encountered Robert Davis personally. At least I don't think in recent memory, but that's a story for another day. But I'm talking about the CWO. Ted, Robert, and whoever Amir wants to bring to the table. Now, I'm not taking the CWO lightly. They're legends in their own right. Robert Davis is a Max International champion. Ted's nowhere to be found, and, you know, Amir shows up when it's time for Amir to show up. Because when he speaks, the whole room goes quiet. But right now, I gotta silence these 3 giants of Max Wrestling just to get a shot at Promo Mania. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Cypher, you asked for this 3v1. Why? Because this has never been done before. Nobody has ever had the balls. Nobody has had the cojones, the chutzpah, or the dragon blood to call out 3 opponents at one time and face them in a TV handicap match. Now, granted, I don't think it's ever been done, has it? Probably not. But if it has before, fuck it. I invented this shit and I say I did it first. But anyway, I had to get through the CWO. And I'm cutting a promo on them. Because Caillou, Robert Davis, is Max International Champion. Stoop Kid afraid to leave a stoop. Ted Pitanero, nowhere to be found. And then there's Amir, AT Wrestler, Rodney Slapovich Costello. The many faces of Mac's greatest champion, titan, speaker, whatever. I gotta get through these 3. Easy work. But Daz, I'm talking to you. Me and you have history, Daz. We fought alongside each other. We fought against each other. But I don't hate you. I don't envy you. Hell, I don't even want to be like you. I respect you. I love you. And you're damn well one of the greatest leaders that we have ever seen in Max Wrestling, because you built this place from scratch and made it the household what it is to be. But listen here, my dear friend, enemy, rival, whatever. At Promo Mania, it's not about just beating you. It's about becoming something more than myself. Because every time I get my first ever something, it feels special. But this is something else. This is something different. 4-time TV champion. And that's what I'm gunning for. That's what I'm aiming for. And you can say whatever you want to say, bring all the old skeletons out of the closet. But my friend, you might want to check your closet before you come cleaning out mine, because as memory serves, you have a very, very long record history of not being faithful to anybody. I remember what you did to Beer. I remember what you did to Travis. I remember everything. You can't keep throwing stones at a glass house unless you're prepared for somebody to throw some at yours. So this may be the house that you built, but that title is going to be something that I carry. Promo Mania, me and you, mano a mano, nobody else around, no interference. We can hash out and iron out the details later, Daz, but listen here. I will not fail. I will not back down, and I will not lose to the CW. Oh! Because this is Cypher's turn. And I'm coming for it all, baby.
Get to me, clouding up my judgment and every ability. Could have let the silence deafen me at night, convincing myself.
I am so disappointed. I'm disappointed, Corey, that you even thought that you had to jump through hoops to get to me. Corey, if you wanted a match against me at Promo Mania for this television championship, all you had to do was ask. This is the match I was clamoring for last year. On what planet would I deny you? Now, admittedly, the main reason I wanted the match so much last year was because you had this and I wanted it. But you know what? It has occurred to me the last couple of weeks that I have never shared the Promo Mania stage with Cypher. But you know what? This whole 3-on-1 thing was your idea. You never needed to do it. Win, lose, or draw, I was always going to give you the match. But it's been fun seeing you wonder who you were going to face, who was going to show up. Hell, even I'm surprised that the Demoness returned. So, at least it wasn't all for nothing. We did get to see the CWO. We did get to see AT Russell. We did get to see Robert Davis once again. And we did get the surprise return of the Demoness. So I'm grateful that you jumped through these hoops that you didn't need to jump through. But Cypher, the match was always yours. Because you see, a couple of years ago, when I was television champion for 300 days, the only thing I wanted to do at the end of it was walk into Promo Mania as television champion. And somebody stopped me from doing it. So now, I get to do just that. I get to walk into Promo Mania as your reigning television champion, and all will come full circle. And better yet, I get to do it against the man who took out the man that stopped me the first time. Very poetic. So Cypher, thank you. Thank you for showing your grit and wanting to fight and wanting to earn your spot, but the spot was always yours. So I will see you at Promo Mania 11 for this.
Thank you for holding. Your call is important to us.
Acknowledge me.
Are you ready for the show?
Word house.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the show? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, let's go, let's go! Oh!
Oh, really? You don't have any appointments? Well, you are cursed.
Hey, Kit, are you there?
Max Wrestling Podcast. It's a Thursday thing.
It's a Thursday thing. Welcome back to the 11th anniversary of Max Wrestling. We've been here since 2015. It is crazy. I am your captain along with El Jefe, Beer, and Mike Larkin. Speak their names and they appear. If you like what you've seen so far, make Max Wrestling your new home. We have ham and cheese toasties. All you gotta do is drop a people's elbow on the like button and a 5-knuckle shuffle on the subscribe button, because that's how the algorithm works. We are here every single week. Hashtag Thursday on Max.
Make it your new favorite hashtag. And for those that prefer the old-fashioned podcast, we got you covered there too. Head on over to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcast. And for all things Max Wrestling and the links to get to these other fun places, head over to the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
And if you don't do that, then you need to be there, because we'll hand Starmer and Trump over for you. And do not forget to join Cypher for Aftermax Live on Facebook after the show. QR code to our Facebook group should be on the screen right now. Just look for it everywhere. It should be there. There could be guests. There could be challenges. It is unpredictable as they come. So scan and go after the show.
Yeah, you definitely need to check it out this week, because you're probably going to see Cypher's live reaction to the result of that 3-on-1 handicap match that didn't need to happen.
No.
So I'll see you at Mania either way. Speaking of Mania, our main event is set. However, they still need to sign the dotted line, so I will officially officiate this contract signing now between Beer and the Phoenix. It is Dragon on Dragon. Unavoidable situation, unfortunately, for the club, but let's see how it goes. And of course, in the contract signing, there is to be no physical altercation. Mainly because that table was expensive and I don't want it broken. I know how contract signings go.
Yeah, hey, we ain't made of money around here, Joe.
All right, let's get to it. Let's put the pen to paper.
So long.
Okay. Stipulation number 1 in the contract is 0 tolerance on any physical altercation. So let's keep this as a war of words, and a war of words only. After all, we are still a club.
I can accept. I'll relate to that. Who am I kidding? Motherfucker's always late. Surprised you showed up. Glad you're awake.
Been up since 4 a.m., pal.
I digress.
Alright. We're here to sign the contract for a match between the two of you at Promo Mania and nothing else. There'll be no physical altercation. Just words. So, in the words of the Queen Claudia Winkleman, the floor is yours.
I need that title.
So you're willing to
You
put,
just have something I want.
So you're willing to put everything on the line just for this?
Yep. That's how much that means to me.
It didn't mean much to you at the Promo Rumble when you didn't get the job done.
I was this close to getting the job done and saving my career, and you snaked it away from me.
I was supposed to Promageddon.
And yet you act as if we were there by choice. Remember 12 months ago when I challenged you for that very title? And what happened? The captain super kicked me in the face, preventing me from taking it from you back then.
Fair enough. I just want to say, don't do it.
Too late.
Do not sign this. Because I do not want to be the one that's going to put you into retirement. I don't want to do it. Because then the Dragon Claw will be no longer. Daz hates me because I took the championship away. But I still stand by my word. I took the title because you were sleeping. And I brought this to the top where it belongs. And none of you can accept it. What more do you want from me? What more do you and Cap want from me, huh?
I never said I wanted to face you for that. You're just now in the wrong place at the wrong time. In the Mania, you're going to find out just how dangerous and maniacal I can be when I'm backed into a corner.
This is not the Phoenix I want. I want to see the real Phoenix.
Well, you're going to get it.
I want to see the demon Phoenix. I want to see the darker side of you. Not this bum side I'm seeing right now. I don't want that. But you need to be very careful what you do for Romania. You've also now cost me 2 championships. You've cost me. What's wrong? What is it? Why do you not want me to be a success? Longest reigning Max World Heavyweight Champion of all time. It's not just me, says it. The website says it. Did you know says it? Grok says it. And did you also know that Google search says it? Why are you laughing?
I think it's funny.
I think it's an accomplishment.
It's an accomplishment. Not taking anything away from it. The only thing I want to take away from you is that. In the Promo Mania, you will acknowledge me.
What will acknowledge you? Absolute fail. You kiss me.
Is that what you think, huh?
In the first Dragon Ball, you were, I would say you were the hitman. We have the captain.
I was damn good at that too.
He was the chief. And we had one other retard who was finally gone. Never to come back. And now I've took the number 1 spot. I'm now top dog. And whereas you are at the bottom of the food chain. And if you want this, you're going to have to give everything to the Lord. Because you belong to me, bro. And can no one stop me. And because I'm generous, I'm going to let you do the stipulation. I'm letting you pick what you want. You can pick whatever match you want. Because come hell or high water, this ain't good. It stays in Dragon Claw. But the only thing's going to be missing with you is an entertainment. You can sit there and do all the Morrison shifts you want. You can also go on the beach with a pina colada and enjoy the sunset while I continue reigning dominance on this brand.
Time for talking is up. Time for signing is now. Challenger first.
Before you sign, think about it. You don't have to do this. You're free. Now, spoken to my lawyer. No.
Hope you got a better one than I did.
Better than that, fucker. And also, I'm just gonna read through a few little things.
Come on, buddy, today, alright?
I'm the champion.
It's only a 2-hour show, come on, today!
I'm the champion.
So what, 2 weeks till Mania?
It's my time. You have time to read over your shit. I make it mine. Just realize what you've signed up for. This is gonna be your last match in match wrestling history.
Hell, what are you signing it for?
Oh, I guess neither of you read the fine print because on section 5, paragraph 12, it says, I'm gonna be the special referee. This, one way or another, is the Dance of Dragons. See you both at Mania.
Ali's gone. I want to know what next. What's gonna be?
You'll find out in due course. That's the way home. I'll tell you. You're gonna love it.
Before you go, take one good last look. This is the last time you'll ever see this.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Because at Mania, it's the last time you hold it.
All right, now for an in-depth look at the Tuesday night. It may not be the black and gold, even though he's got that covered too. It's time for Beer's Round on the NXT lot.
Alright, let's get into the NXT round. Thank you, Mo, for your beautiful introduction as usual. So the show starts with a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Sees Jacy Jayne defending her championship against Zarya and Sol Ruka. Absolute banger triple threat match. Jacy retains with the rolling encore on the Sol Ruka as Fatal Influence stops Zarya from getting back into the ring. Very good match, very solid opener as well. Backstage, we have Rand Sinclair and Kendall Gray talking about the upcoming Speed Women's Championship match with her and Fallon Henley later on in the evening. Charlie Dempsey is then with the Birthright. So Dempsey mentioned that Rand's found someone she relates to better. Yep, Kendall Gray. We all love a bit of Kendall and I laugh. And Charlie Dempsey then walks away with the Birthright. Lola then walks in, lovely Lola Vice. Walks in to wish Kendall good luck and told Gray she was also going for the NXT Women's title. Now, I would not mind a triple threat match between them senoritas. Next up, Ricky Sainz comes to the ring, and we do get these ridiculous gay-ass what chants. Stop it. To be confronted by Ethan Page, so that they're focusing on becoming North American champion, and Ricky's on his way to becoming the 2-time NXT champion, but it looks like Ethan is going for the NXT Championship again, to be interrupted by Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry comes to the ring, provokes both men, and then leads to Ethan and Ricky sort of arguing, and they both attack Joe Hendry. And after that, Tony D'Angelo then storms into the ring and takes out all three men. Fatal 4-way at Stand and Deliver. Like it. Like it a lot. And we get the legendary Fit Finlay and William Regal backstage with the Birthright group.
And then William Regal. It's great to see William on TV. He said he wants to speak to Robert Stone, and said he is going to speak to Shawn Michaels to see if Robert Stone will become the permanent GM of NXT. Stone thanks him and shook hands. I think it's great. I think it'll be great. Robert Stone's been in NXT for a long time now, so it's about time. Give Robert Stone the GM job. Deserves it. And next up, Vanity Project, Jackson Drake, Brad Baylor, and Ricky Smokes take on Los Americanos, El Grande Americano, Rayo, and Bravo El Americano. Match is won by the Americanos. This was actually a fun match. Did enjoy it. It's good to see the Vanity Project getting a lot of TV time. I think they got a lot of potential in these young kids. Robert Stone backstage with Elio LeFleur. Sean Legacy walks in on crutches with a foot injury, which sucks. I love Sean Legacy. I think he's fucking fantastic. So Eli Knight said he will have to either find a new partner or be removed from the match. Elio LeFleur said he will team up with Eli Knight. That is a team I'm looking forward to seeing. And then followed up, Sol Ruka comes into Rob Stone's office and she screwed out the title again, so she wants to Cesaro in the ring, because she has a lot to say. Stand and Deliver, main event. There you go. I've just sorted out your problems for you. Now, as last week, we did have Vic Joseph make an announcement that tonight was Booker T Appreciation Night. There was a very nice video package aired with a lot of talent, past and present, thanking Booker T for everything. We had likes of JC, Roxanne, Shawn Michaels, Joe Hendry, talking about how Booker has been a massive influence. Stephanie Vaquer, Trick Williams, and even the Usos were as well, which was absolutely great. Booker was getting very emotional in the ring. To be interrupted, I called this, by Keanu Carver, as Keanu is starting to really fly insults. To be saved by Jasper Troy. Roadblock match. Do not put it at Stand and Deliver unless you've got this as a very solid build. That's all I'll tell you. But very, very good segment. Booker T was getting very emotional. Next up, Women's Speed Championship match scenes. Fallon Henley defending against Ren Sinclair. And like I said, I don't really care about the Women's Speed Championship, but we have a new Women's Speed Champion. Ren Sinclair defeats Fallon Henley. This was okay. Like I said, I don't really care about this belt, if I'm telling you the truth. But I'm so glad. Ren Sinclair is underappreciated. She's underrated, and I think she's great. Next up, Kendall Gray. NXT Women's Championship, Stand and Deliver. See it coming. Next up, Hank and Tank go one-on-one with the Birthrights, Stacks, and Uriah Connors. Alright tag match, I suppose. Birthright win, as expected. So, it looks like they are going to go a long way with the Birthright. As for sure. Raw backstage with OTM and Dark State. Dark State stand tall after Saquon Sugars kicked Bronco Nima right in the head. I would make this Stand and Deliver. 100% Stand and Deliver. And I'd have it like in a Chicago street fight. And if you can add two men to team, why not get a certain from TNA? I don't say no to that. Joe Hendry's with Robert Stone backstage. Hendry said he wants a match with Tony D'Angelo next week. Stone's already pointed out that it will be Ricky Staines that will be taking on Tony D'Angelo next week. Could be a very good match. Come back from break. Tatum Paxley's backstage with a friend Thea Hale. Can't get my words out. Encourages Tatum for the steel cage match later on tonight. Kalani Jordan walks in with her lovely Mean Girl routine, which I like, and then Miss Parker comes into the room, trash talks Kalani, and then Thea made a very good line and said, last Sunday, I think she mentioned something along those lines of, Lola knocked you out, and this time I'm going to make you tap out. Very good line, good segment. Fatal Influence backstage. Fallon looked very pissed of her defeat. And Laney was trying to keep everything positive. So it looks like for me, I think what we're going to try and do, I think it's going to be Fallon leaving Fatal Influence. And maybe JC's going to get called up. I think JC's ready. It's a matter of when, really. So next week, then we do have around QCC going in a tag match against Fallon Henley and Lady Reed. Miles Bourne backstage, luckiest motherfucker in the world, so there's going to be a gauntlet eliminator match to determine who is going to be the next challenger for Miles Bourne's North American Championship. Oh, interesting. I think it's going to be Lexus or Charlie for me, but I will not take the belt off of Robert Stone. Miles Bourne, way too soon. Main event, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. Absolute fucking banger. Fantastic steel cage match. Tatum retains with the cemetery driver. I thought it could have gone a bit longer, but 13 minutes. It was a great match. Did enjoy it. As Tatum is going back up the ramp, she gets dragged to the depths of hell by Blake Monroe. You know, we all know we love a bit of Blake in our lives. And Blake Monroe then picks up the NXT Women's North American Championship to close the show. It looked like she was channeling her emotional Undertaker sort of vibes. It was good shit. Anyway, now my source is saying it's time. It's time. It's time. You know the time. Now I'm on the show again this week. Well, as I'm permanent at right now. We're going to go to a man who I think is a beautiful, beautiful man. He's a fantastic soul. It's Last Night on Dynamite with the man, the icon, the myth, the legend, my former tag team partner, but we'll go against him, by the way, Mr. Moses Marquez. Floor's yours, sir.
All right, we'll start with Revolution, and then we'll get into Dynamite. Dynamite was fun, but no, Revolution was... I don't know about Excalibur talking about it was like one of the biggest nights in AEW's history. It was good. I will have my complaints, and so will the TSK. That episode actually going to drop tomorrow. So beware of that. You'll get that after the fact. But no, the boys were in sentiments of the same. These 5-hour shows on a Sunday are goddamn criminal. Okay, let's keep that funky. Start that right off the bat. That's goddamn criminal.
It took me 3 days to watch Revolution.
It's getting a bit out of hand, and Dynasty's coming up with a quickness, and it too is going to be on a Sunday starting at 5 o'clock. I think it was DC that made this comment. He's all, start him at 2. I'm like, you know what? Some good old like afternoon wrestling sounds good to me. Again, it's a nostalgic thing, but simpler times. For the show itself, I guess we got to start with the main event. Because I already mentioned, I think Hangman's dead. I think that's the way to play it. It was awesome. It was a very good main event. I felt it went a little bit too long, just a little bit too long, but it is a Texas death match. It's going to have those feelings from time to time. Blood everywhere, as Daz put it up, earlier, just all kinds of blood. But the ending, that's where I want to get it. The overall story is Hangman said, I can no longer challenge for the AEW World Championship for as long as I live. He was left in a pool of his own blood. The way we exited, there was big old blood sprint on the camera lens. He's over here doing the devil horns. It was an awesome ending and a beautiful way to send it off. Like, perfect, fitting the entire thing. But that's where it's like, I said on the TSK, and I'm going to echo the sentiments here. I don't want to see Hangman for like 3 months. Don't mention Hangman. Don't talk about Hangman. Don't tell me he's injured. Don't tell me he's on his way back. Don't say shit. Don't say shit. And then what I would like for it to happen is maybe, again, 2 months, 3 months down the line, MJF brings it up. Oh, well, I killed Hangman. Has anybody talked about him? No, because we can't talk about the murder that I committed. And then use it up for the whatever, setting up for Wembley, and then all of a sudden out comes whatever the real name is. I can't say the science teacher. I want to always joke about him being an old teacher, but then I just immediately think of Matt Stryker. I can't fucking do it. So it just throws me off.
Professor Page.
Do something as dramatic as it is, and as like over the top my thinking is, and like, oh, it's far. If he can't challenge for the world title, it's going to end up just like it did with Cody. No matter how much more over he is than Cody was. And again, Cody was over. I have to fucking constantly repeat that part. Cody was over. He was our John Cena. So we're going to give him shit. We're going to give him shit. Okay? You can't do that with Hangman. Hangman's going to need more. The tag division's not going in the way I'm envisioning it. And I don't see a tag partner really out there for him. So I don't see that happening. Him dragging up and down the mid-cards isn't going to work. So this is how you find that loophole. Because, again, as TK said, it's a gentleman's deal. They shook on it. There's no in contract that you can't fucking compete for the belt again. So this is a cool loophole. It brings out the realism in wrestling, and it says just how desperate he is to get revenge. It's a fucking cool little double-edged sword, and the people are going to go like, oh, hey, you got your way out of that one, bud. So then that way, the next time somebody tries to say, if I lose this belt, I'll never challenge for it again, they're going to be like, okay, well, we know the fucking Hangman loophole. Or they do it for belts that don't matter, like the fucking mid-card belts. Anyway, that was a good one. I want to know your guys' opinion. Are you mad that the Bucks lost, or are you? No. Is anybody actually excited about Cope and Christian back? I'm more excited about Christian banging back more than Cope.
All right,
go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna raise my hand on this one because I went a little bit on a rant on this on the RWT podcast that's gonna drop. So I'll say it to you guys too as well, my dear friends. I saw the promo afterwards, and no, I was not excited for Cope and Christian to go for FTR. I thought, Cope. It's so stupid. I'm watching the three of them there, and I think Tony, in his attitude era nostalgia mind, he's just giddy over the fact that he wants to do Cope and Christian, the Young Bucks, and FTR in a triangle ladder match because he, in his mind, in his coke snorting mind, he really wants to see the equivalent of what we got with the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys from 2000 and 2001, etc., etc. And my problem that I have is both of those gentlemen are over, that being Cope and Christian. FTR I've always enjoyed from NXT, and they can do it. And the Young Bucks are the Young Bucks. They're the younger version of the Hardy Boys and what they captured throughout their entire career within the comparison. But the problem I'm having is we're not in 2000 anymore. Things get older, things evolve, but I think depending on who's in this, it could work, but I'm not looking forward to it. We saw what happened with the Hardys and the Dudleys at Bound for Glory and that whole kerfluffle. So I have to say that I'm not looking forward to. I think Cope and Christian are going to win it for the nostalgia, and so Tony can go, that's my new thing, like he's on the fucking sit and bounce. So that was my only problem that I have with it. Other than that, the match was fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm super excited to see Cope and Cage. I mean, that is so much easier to roll off the tongue than Adam Copeland and Christian Cage or whatever. It
is.
But I'm not mad at it. Like, I look at Cope and Cage, I just want to call them Edge and Christian, staring down the Young Bucks.
I'd rather that.
I just see it. I look at the face-off between Edge and Christian and the Young Bucks, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
So they're CNC. So instead of the CNC Music Factory going to make you sweat, they're the CNC Wrestling Factory.
Nice.
And I'm not upset that the Bucks lost. I think it would have made sense if they'd have won at Revolution with the family there and everything. But I think actually them losing has elevated their status as faces.
Yeah.
So you mentioned tag team. I got to ask, did you guys like watching the Dominion there, the Divine Dominion, whatever they're called, friggin' Megan Bain and thank you, Megan Bain and Lena Cross beating Willow and the Babes Are At There and Harley? Did you guys like that squash double choke slam style?
Saw it coming.
Poor Willow.
Yeah.
I
saw. Well, then again, This was the and I said this on the review, and I love it when I get to fucking repeat sentiments because that way everybody can get all nice and excited when they watch the other one. I watched the pre-show, and I said it to them, and I hope you guys stick with. Don't let me ever fucking do that again. That was fucking trash.
Hold on a second there, Mo. Wait a second there, Mo. You mean to tell me you're not like, is Wayne Brady going to have to slap a bitch with Shane Taylor and the Spear from Big Justice?
What made the whole thing worse about Wayne Brady being involved in this shit is half the arena's still not there.
Yeah.
It was half empty and all. They're all like, oh, it's Wayne Brady. I was like, I swear to God, I thought it was Stokely Hathaway. I was like, oh, he can stand now? No, it was fucking Wayne Brady. Oh shit, it is Wayne Brady. And the thing that irked me though too was when we were doing predictions for this, it was Big Boom AJ versus TBA on the main card. So I'm like, fuck, okay, we're gonna get a random return. No, it's a fucking impromptu tag match with fucking his best friend QT Marshall. And it was all the infantry. It's like a Shane Taylor's fucking group of dudes. And I'm like,
I mean, in fairness, Wayne Brady has built his whole career on impromptu.
He took an RKO from Randy Orton.
It was a fucking pain. But no, you saw Willow beat Lena Cross in an all right match on the pre-show, and you knew that she wasn't going to keep both belts. You just fucking knew. I just feel bad for Harley Cameron. She doesn't need a belt, but I feel like there's just not going to be, they're really not going to give her any momentum. They're just not going to give her anything outside of you're somebody's buddy, or you can do puppet shit, or you're hot, or she's going to be, exactly. You're going to be fucking stuck there, which irked me. Especially now, because guess who fucking showed up and nobody cared. You came to LA where you were fucking doing the little indie scene, and this is before you signed with WWE, and you're showing up at NXT shows and PWG shows and this show and that show, and then here comes Ronda Rousey, and LA said, bitch, you don't go here. And it was the best. I love that they gave her no fucking reaction. But again, Tony Khan on his fucking sitting bouts. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. When my wife is disgusted with somebody and oh my God, why is she here? And again, she doesn't watch AEW like that. This is random glances of, oh God, why is she back? Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
I got to add to his part because I got to join this rant because I'm dying at this. So
please.
When I saw her, I booed number one, but also number two, I'm thinking to myself, oh my dear sweet Jesus. It reminded me of Ring of Honor when her and Marina Shafir wrestled Athena and Billy Starks. And I think the tag match. Yeah, and I think the tag match that we're getting out of this, because first of all, WWE is on Netflix, and I don't see Gina Carano to try to hype this up. So my thing too is, Shayna Baszler has been working as a coach for WWE, and she's been doing indies. I don't think they're going to get Shayna, and after what we saw in Dynamite, I think if we do Dynasty, it's Ronda and Marina against the Timeless Love Bombs. I'm not feeling it just because I don't want to see Ronda or Ronda versus Tony, because it's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? And with Ronda, everybody's going out on social media, oh, the Sandy Hook denier, the transphobic one, COVID. They're going for the political stuff and politicizing it, which I get, because I thought it was ridiculous that it took her 10 years to apologize for the Sandy Hook stuff. But at the end of the day, too, we don't need her doing this wrestling stuff. For someone who's just like, I'm done with wrestling, and now here you are. Like, just do the fight with Gina Carano, go away, kick rocks, and boom. That's how I feel.
Exactly. You're using the name of pro wrestling that you were crapping all over to get more fucking attention for your MMA fight.
Yeah. And to be with her friend Marina.
I'm in a very strange position on it because I've always liked Ronda from her UFC days. And I will admit her second run in WWE was dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she had her moments in the first run, and she is a very controversial figure. She is also a household name, so I get the appeal, even though it's not quite as big as it used to be, of Ronda Rousey. But I also get the negative stuff as well, and I understand why people don't want to see her. But I think
sword.
That whole segment, I think Toni Storm is the one that sold it. Like when she's laid out on the stage and they hear her cheering, and then she pops up, sees Ronda, smiles, and goes, okay, and just marches down there. And the only way she can, I think if this feud is going to have any chance of working somehow, some way, then Toni Storm's going to be the reason for it.
Toni Storm has to be the reason for it. I'm so uninterested, it ain't even funny. I'm more interested that, about Thekla and her dominating of Chris Statlander. Yes, she got a little bit more help, but I like where this is going. It's a good little run. You can kind of rebuild the division a bit, which is definitely necessary. You know, you have other good ladies waiting in the wings, if you will, for an opportunity. But at the same time, you also have that fucking women's tag division that's kind of flaring. So it's like things are moving around in AEW. Swerve and Kenny is something that I think we've been waiting for. I don't want it at Dynasty, though. I feel like that's a waste if it happens at Dynasty. But
I think yeah.
Especially with the stakes this high.
I mean, he is
happening
Canadian,
next
so
week.
like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The high stakes match, number one contendership versus CVP
next
is happening
week.
next week.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It feels rushed. Before we move on, though,
And I
I'm
do want to
sure.
dive in on this.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Beer wants to say something about Ronda.
Oh,
Yeah.
please, my bad, big dog. Oh, he's got his hands right there. There we go.
Well, first of all, I pissed myself laughing.
Damn.
Shut no pop. No one gave a fucking shit. If it's
Hell,
leading
was
to a
weird.
match, for a tag team match between Ronda and Marina. Now, first of all, why did Marina lose? Tony did not need the win. That's my first
No,
thing
they
I'm
shouldn't
pissed
have
off with.
losing on Dynamite.
Now, this is a woman that even said she hates pro wrestling. She tried to bury Becky Lynch. She buried Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Now, this is my case, but obviously, as Mike very well said about the whole Sandy Hook situation, it took about 11 years to apologize. Trey Miguel got fired and apologized straight away. Trey got fired. So
Yeah.
it is very strange. I'm sorry.
I guess homophobia and stuff like that trumps propaganda.
Hey,
literally,
you used a great word.
Yep. Yep.
I will say one
if it-
thing positive about the situation, though, before you continue, which I find really funny. Obviously, Ronda's got the fight coming up with Gina on Netflix. So Netflix now have to promote and air this whole fight featuring an AEW star now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious.
Stars.
You guys looking forward to that fight? Personally, I want to see Gina Mollywhopper when we get to May 16th.
And here's the fucked up thing is the MMA head of me about 18, 19 years ago, and I would honestly take Gina over Ronda, but Ronda was on such a run. At this point, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But Ronda's husband is still coaching and still training, Travis Brown. I don't know the last time Gina's really like been in it. You know what I mean? She's too
2009.
busy acting.
Yeah.
So-
Their last fight was 2009 with Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, you know, like again, at least with Ronda, you could say, well, you know, if anything, she rolls with her husband every now and again, and that's more than Gina would probably do. Again, Gina's more Hollywood focused. I'm hoping she wins. I honestly thought I was like, I was a Gina Carrera fan. And then again, fuck, she's hot. Still is.
I'll say this about the face-off, the press conference. And again, I've always liked Ronda since UFC. But to me, she seemed like she was trying to psych her out, whereas Gina just looked completely unfazed.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
So, we'll see how it goes. With Revolution, I think the first half was something big happening in every match. Return, debut, boom. And then the second half was just match. So I think the first half felt like it was going to be something big, or maybe they should have spread out the returns and the debuts a little bit more, not clumped them all together in the first half. So the second half of the show felt like it dragged a little bit more because we didn't have those high-impact shock moments. It was just great matches.
I have a comment. Do you like how now it's great to see David Finlay with Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, but the dogs, we ain't the war dogs anymore. We the dogs.
I hate him. I hate Clark Connors. And if you don't mind, if I can just go back to the Ronda Rousey situation.
Okay.
Does this mean that they're going to bring in Jessamine Duke as well? Because if they do,
No,
I will
please
do
don't.
my
No.
Jesus,
I
no.
will do my nut. Because she was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No, this is simply about building Ronda. We're not adding to the fucking equation.
And if WWE had balls, why don't they just bring in Gina Carano on SmackDown? That would be fucking hilarious if they did.
Because you're going to start a fucking wrestling world that none of these fucking companies really want to be a part of. That should have already happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago.
Oh,
I do want to know why you hate Clark Connors so much, though.
Yeah, why do you hate Clark Connors?
Please.
Who's he dating?
I don't fucking know.
Tekla.
Oh.
I love a bit of Tekla in my
You're
life.
just
So Clark
jelly,
Connors,
big dog.
You jealous?
Just jelly,
Hey.
big dog.
I'll say Thekla and Chris Statlander was an outstanding match.
It was fun. It was fun.
Um,
Like I said, I'm thoroughly behind Thekla in this run. This was the right move. I was questioning it at first, but then again, they built the shit out of her for something, and this is obviously it.
Yeah. All right, so one big return we got on Revolution, which will lead into Moses recapping last night's Dynamite, was, of course, Will Ospreay. Big Willie.
Will Ospreay's...
I like it, but I was a little bit against him wrestling last night, but hey, I digress.
Well, you
And
got
a
the
long
Vanilla
match,
Baby,
too.
But the Vanilla Baby, which is a name I still hate with all my soul, is I like Blake Christian, but the Vanilla Baby is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Vanilla Baby. Who's he teaming with? Lee Johnson now? Are they like the Swirl or the Twist or some shit? Like, I feel like I'm going to the fucking Carvel ordering the old Swirl and shit. What the hell is this? This man's a fucking one big walking dessert. Fuck you. Like, come on, man. Like,
we hit the Dairy Queen and get some Blake Christian.
Yeah.
Blake Christian's just like Creator Wrestler 17.
He really is. I love the guy though. He's a standout. He's a good kid. He's got something going for him. Definitely needs some persona. But yes, Will Ospreay's return. I did like the little fucking they built him in a lab and he's all like fighting out of the thing. I was like, he's not Wolverine, but hey, good job. You know, way to fucking play it up. But yeah, he Blake Christian way too fucking long.
Yes.
Way too fucking long of a match. Didn't need to go this long. It could have squashed Blake Christian. Nobody would have cared because nobody watches what Blake Christian's doing. I think he's mainly on Ring of Honor anyway. I really don't even see him on Collision. He then addresses Jon Moxley, starts brawling with Pac, and this is where I started getting a little nerve-wracking because you have the tactician that Pac is, and he's in there stretching Ospreay on the now surgically repaired neck. Granted, it's neck fusion. It's one of the lightest type of fucking neck surgeries you can get, but I don't give a shit. You hear me? I don't give a shit. Brian Danielson was talking about this on commentary about how, he recovered 3-4 months quicker than me. And I'm like, well, yeah, surgery is way more advanced from when you got it to all this other time. But still, I don't need nobody getting hurt more. Motherfucker. And then we got Fox and Wheeler. Wheeler looks like every young boy in New Japan ever right now. And versus the Bang Bang Gang. I don't remember when Ace Austin joined them. But they are the weirdest. I'm so waiting for Colton. I don't see Colton anywhere, and I'm like, where the fuck is he at? And I think he's hurt right now.
Yeah, he's injured, and Ace Austin joined the Bang Bang Gang on an episode of Collision.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing that irks me. You don't fucking tell me no shit. Mox and Wheeler get the win. Decent little match. Wasn't too fucking bad. I do love Juice. 1 minute it's the mustache, and then it's something else. Now, it's the fucking sweetest mullet you've ever seen. There's fucking wrestlers in the 80s that are fucking mad right now that fucking Juice Robinson has just the fucking sweetest mullet you'd ever done seen. It was awesome.
And he's still funny calling out during a match.
First off,
cheating!
He's going to be the guy to bring back the talking in the middle of the matches. He's going to be that guy to bring all the shit back. And then every time I see him punch somebody, I just keep thinking fifth metatarsal.
Yeah. I remember my first Wrestle Kingdom. I think him and the GOD were in the same match, and all I heard every couple of minutes in the match was "fuck, motherfucker, fuck you."
Roll a motherfucker up.
I love it.
As long as Juice keeps the beard. As long as he keeps the beard, that's all I care about.
Yeah, seriously, don't shave it, please. You look fucking weird without it. Kenny Omega calls out Swerve Strickland. We're going to get it. You know what I mean? It was the whole... We end up getting a return from Swerve later on that night, which is... I kind of like the way they did it over there. But no, Kenny, he's not going to... I don't know. He's weird. When he's calling somebody out, his promos can sound a little funky. It feels like he's just like that weird uncle that wants to talk to you really quick and give you life advice. But he's really cool.
Well, the problem is he's too calm. Swerve, come on out, buddy. Let's have a chat. It's like...
Yeah,
he vertebrakered you through a fucking announce table. Just like, hey man, come on, let's have a shot.
Hey, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Come on, man.
But he's like that with everybody, so I got fucking a little too goddamn used to it. Then we get what I call them the TSK, which should have just been a parking lot brawl. instead of this tornadoes trios match from Revolution. Give me a parking lot brawl because you guys ended up fighting in the parking lot and this shit anyway for a fucking coffin match. Bloody, a very beaten up and bloodied up Darby Allin gets the win. Again, more chaos. I swear to God, TNT is going to be like, can you guys stop showing so much blood? Like, we got to start showing ER reruns to catch up with the amount of blood. Like, goddamn. And then, as I talked about the Swerve response to Kenny Omega, he wants his EVP power. That's his thing. He's like, if I beat you, I want the EVP power. And I'm like, cool. And then it's like, it's next week. What the fuck? Why? Like, and again, Dynasty was already, in my mind, a little too quick to have Kenny and Swerve. And now you're going to have it next week? Like, what the... TK, again, the fuck... This is why he got the Fauci chair. My man can't stay still.
I'd have left that for Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
Unless they're planning again Anarchy in the arena again.
Oh, but I don't need gimmick matches. If you're gonna give me a great quality match with quality guys that I know that we can deliver with, don't fucking fuck it up with gimmicks. Okay, just let them go.
Oh yeah, Double or Nothing 2026 is in Queens too.
Do you really want me to say it when it comes to Tony Khan? I know we've done the sit and bounce, so we make our jokes, but do you really want me to put it bluntly on the bluntest of terms for you, my dear friend?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when Tony Khan does these matches, and he has the New Japan model of booking for these wrestling pay-per-views that go to 12:30 in the goddamn morning, and how he gets so excited, and I'm going to say this bluntly, might sound a little gross, but sometimes you got to lay it all on the table. I'm not talking about your nuts. What I'm talking about is Tony Khan is a premature ejaculator. He's one of those guys that just has to put everything out there, and that's what it feels like. He's a sit and bounce kind of guy and a premature ejaculator. He comes too quickly, and then he busts the nut. And it's like, what the actual fuck, man? You have time to build, to tell the story, let everything breathe, and just slow it down. But he's just like, I got to do it right now. Snorts the coke.
Yep.
I'm
premature ejaculation.
Probably going to annoy some people here too. Double or Nothing's also on a Sunday.
Oh,
can you knock it off, Jack?
Why?
Bud, I'm trying to
like that.
Damn Tony.
Not only is it on a Sunday, but this is one of the big 4 events, so it's definitely going 5 hours.
It's definitely going 5, not 4.5. It'll go 5 and drag on. I hope everybody's got time off, take off that Monday. Speedball Mike Bailey and Mark. I don't know what they're doing with Mark Davis. I don't know if they're trying to make him a monster. I don't know if he's going to be a fucking tag team guy. But he's in there. Hold on, I got to finish the part. He's in there giving Speedball the business. And I'm like, this match is gonna go in. And then I'm like, I think I wait and I got like a soda or whatever, and I grab something to snack on. And I get back and I'm like, okay, this match is still going. And then I went to go lock the door, and the match is still going. And I'm like, okay, who are we building here?
Even Speedball was exhausted at the end of it.
Dude, he was fucking dead. Mark Davis is like, I'm good. I like the fucking varsity club fucking feel that they're getting. I like that. I like the little whatever. But what is Mark Davis? Because there's another massive dude in this Don Callis family that, was an awesome singles guy that's doing not a fucking thing right now. And fucking Lance Archer.
I really hate this classic wrestling analogy, but it does happen, and I always feel bad for the person I'm referring to. But in this situation, Kyle Fletcher is Shawn Michaels, Mark Davis is Marty Jannetty.
You just took the words from my mouth. I was about to say exactly the same thing. Because Mark Davis should have been, built as a beast. Lance Archer, he's been fumbled. Because I've seen him in 2020, 2021, I thought, world champ, having with Jake Roberts.
At least once.
Yeah.
At least once.
Well, that's my thing, too. It's because you don't have Jake something right now since he's hurt. So it's like, are you going to put him with Lance Archer? But the problem is, like Beer said, you can't take Archer seriously. And I'm a fan of Archer. I've seen him since TNA. But the problem is he's just like the big man who's always going to take the fall in the matches, which was what Mark Davis's role was before Jake something. So they're kind of stuck in limbo of, okay, we were going to push him and Jake something to be this level, but we're kind of like stuck here now. So, all right, Lance, come on back. But at the same time, too, it's like, Lance, you fucking suck, buddy. And what I mean by that is the character, not fucking as a person. But it's like, you suck. You're constantly taking L's. You're looking up at the lights. So how are we supposed to take that collective seriously? If you could build it up and make him look like the monster that he is, everybody dies. He's throwing motherfuckers. He's chugging everything. That is the Lance Archer that we need. But we're just having him in the big man role, just taking L's and just falling flat on his ass. So it's like, fuck. Can we do something to really amplify the situation?
Yeah, I don't think Lance has ever been booked properly in AEW. He had a couple of moments with like Cody and the TNT title, but he's never ever won the big feuds.
Oh, no, this is when he was getting pushed at New Japan at the same fucking time, and it was. They never struck when the iron was hot, and now you have a guy that could literally be ahead of someone else's company just sitting in the background with sunglasses on. I'm sure he ain't mad.
Well, the thing, too, is, and again, this goes back to the premature ejaculator comment that I made, because this also applies to Lance Archer. It's like when they did the 3-week build where they had that show in Texas, and then friggin' Adam Page is going against Lance Archer in a Texas death match. It's like, oh, he's going to attack him here. He's going to attack him here. Texas death match, everybody. Yay. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? I get it. I'll pay you. I get it to his hometown, for God's sake. With 3 weeks build on a Texas death match, you don't fucking do that. You draw it out. Like when we had Chris Harris and James Storm and TNA at Slammiversary and the Texas death match, that was awesome. This man premature ejaculated, busted the nut 3 weeks into a Texas death match. That is the prominent definition of a quickie if I've ever seen one. It's absolutely redundant and ridiculous. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're spot
We'll
the hell on.
We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
All right. Let's get back to the Dynamite. In an exclusive segment from the post-Revolution, a very bloodied MJF celebrates his win over Hangman Adam Page. Okada's upset that the Young Bucks are like, you're my former friend. So he kind of yells at him a little bit, whatever. Talks about Takeshita. Moves on. We see Tony Storm just completely laid the fuck out in the backstage. Luther can't talk. He's freaking out. To the point where like it's like recording, and then either the cameraman accidentally hit the stop recording button, or it was meant to cut out like this. I can't figure out which one it was. And then we got Mina Shirakawa versus Marina Shafir in what was supposed to be a no holds barred match. Mina's pissed off. She comes out with this barbed wire bat, hits her once. And I think that was like the most like DQ part of it we fucking really got. We got like, the table spot where Mina just gets dumped on her head. That shit was gnarly. And then I'm thinking, okay, cool. Well, Marina's going to get a victory here, right? No. Mina wins. So what do we, again, and I'm not mad that Mina's winning. I like Mina. I understand it.
We all love Mina.
What are we doing with Marina now? You built the shit out of her. She lost to Tony Storm. You had to bring in Ronda Rousey to say, it's okay, buddy, I got your back. And then now, more than 24 hours later, 3 days later, we go into Dynamite, and you think maybe 3 days of training with Ronda would say, I can beat Mina. And now that, maybe she wears the fucking, the jacket that Ronda had on, you know what I mean? Maybe she does something to fucking... No. You lost. And now we're going to have to wait until, a week before we go to the Dynasty show to be like, I want a fucking tag match because this is the only way this bitch is going to get a win. Because that's what it looks like. And if that's what it's going to be, we've already ranted and raved about how it's we don't give a shit about it. Now we don't give a shit about it, and you're wasting time.
I got to go back to the point that Punk made about the Shield back on the controversial podcast with Colt Cabana, where, they had him in a 3-on-1 with the Shield, and they were like, okay, you're going to win. And he was like, but why? That doesn't make sense. It's 3-on-1. Okay, you're going to win, but you need to make Roman look strong. That whole controversial line. And then Punk was like, okay, but wouldn't he look stronger if they won? Mm-hmm. Well, no, you need to win. Yep. It's the same thing with Marina. We're making her look strong. Okay, but why isn't she winning? Why is she losing? No disrespect to Mina, but why is she losing to Mina Shirakawa? Tony Storm I kind of get because it's Tony Storm. But
sure,
as much as we all love Mina Shirakawa, she's never won anything. in AEW.
She's just the girl that's hot and dances.
Yeah, like outside of AEW, she's successful. In AEW, again, she dances, she's hot, but she loses. So why is she beating Marina Shafir after all this build?
Exactly.
No,
No sense.
And I think Beer can attest to this one. It made I should agree with him on this one. It does make no sense at all, because again, what are we doing here? What is the overall picture? We get so lost in translation, or TK, I should say, gets so lost in translation each and every week. I don't know what else to fucking do. You got to let this broad win. A win means more than looking good. I promise you. Maybe it's worked with. Well, no. Look at the fucking best friends. Look at how many great matches they've had. Where did they go? Split up, fucked off.
Private Party.
There you go. Private Party, Dark Order. There's a fucking. Look at what happened to Leo Rush. Remember this massive return for Leo Rush? He looked so fucking weird in the 21-man gauntlet battle royal. That wasn't even Leo Rush anymore.
The black card Leo Rush.
Yeah, I was like,
gimmick infringement.
Hey, yeah, right, motherfucker.
Hey, Pepperidge Farm remembers a Dark Order.
Yeah.
Hey, that was good.
When are the Syndicate coming back?
Oh, God.
Another one.
I missed them.
Tony, stop bouncing and look at your roster.
Seriously, bud. Look at the new updated sheet that they gave you. But we finished the show off with the Bucks and Jungle Jack Perry defeating the Don Callis family. And then this is where seeds are planted for the AEW's version of TLC. We're probably going to end up getting the AEW version of TLC. However, it cannot happen in Toronto on Dynasty. I think it's in Toronto.
Vancouver.
Okay, I was going to say somewhere in the.
It's in Canada.
I understand that they're from the Canada. If this is gonna happen, it has to be Double or Nothing. There is no alternative. There is no okay, but no. There is no okay, but it is. It has to happen at Double or Nothing. If that means, and again, and fucking, where's the wood? Knock on wood. If this means Cope and Cage have to win in Canada to somehow set up for a triple threat, which again makes no fucking sense. I get it. I'll go on the fucking Coke infused fucking run with you, bud. I still don't like it. I still think it's stupid. If anything, have them interrupt. Fucking fuck it up. You know what I mean? Force a triple threat, and then you can have your triple threat TLC or triple threat ladder match. So that way you're not gimmick infringements, whatever. But I'm sure tables and ladders are going to be, or chairs and ladders are going to be included. So it'll happen.
That's where my mind's going. Cope and Cage winning in Vancouver, and then the Bucks win the triangle match at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, the question is how do we get to the triangle match?
I mean, if Cope and Cage win, they've already planted the seeds for eventually having a match with the Bucks, and then FTR can be like, well, we need a rematch. So
I would just say the Bucks can screw FTR out of the belts.
Oh, that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Simplistic as all holy hell.
Right now, you need to come up with a name for TLC that isn't TLC, because TNA called it Full Metal Mayhem, and they got away with it.
That sounds fucking badass. It sounds way better than TLC.
I remember in Wrestling Society X when they had the first ever TLC match, and it was tables, ladders, and cervezas.
Fuck yeah.
AEW's we're gonna have a chairs, ladders, and tables match. Huh?
Yep.
CLT, baby. CLT.
How about just barbed wire attacks and ladders?
Oh.
Hey.
Remember when WWE did tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs?
Oh, God. Eric Rowan and Big Show.
There was a stairs match between Big Show and Rowan.
Fuck that noise. That was ridiculous.
And NXT had Stairway to Hell.
That is true, yeah.
And I need to quote Bad News Barrett for my man Mo. I'm afraid I've got some bad news, because it is actually confirmed for Vancouver that it is going to be Edge and Christian against FTR.
Oh yeah, that was booked.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of bad news, Barrett, that was one of the highlights of Danhausen's Cold Steve Austin little reel where he just walked up to Barrett backstage and goes, "I have some bad news for you. I am Cold Steve Austin." What? What? We got him.
He'll be the merch leading guy for fucking years, bud.
And the best part is he confused the fuck out of Chelsea Green. She's just sitting there like, what the and as he's doing his thing, a plastic fork drops on the floor, and nobody pays any attention to it, but he plays on it and goes, and that's the bottom line. Stands on the spoon and cracks it. Because Cold Steve Austin said so.
Perfect.
Fucking love Danhausen.
I feel it running through my bloodline. I carry the weight and refuse to break. The drum in my chest never lets me rest. Yeah, I feel it running through my bloodline.
We are on the road to Promomania 11, our two-night biggest event of the year. It comes your way on April 14th and 16th, featuring predictions for WrestleMania 42 from Vegas.
That's right. Last week it was announced, and now it is made official and upgraded. Beer will defend the Max World Championship against Phoenix with the captain as special guest referee in what will be the Dance of the Dragons.
I gotta get me a referee shirt. We will also host the traditional Iron Bank Challenge to determine who holds all the power, that all-powerful briefcase heading into Promomania next year, because that briefcase holds a contract which you can use at any point within 12 months.
That's right, get your names into that one now. And you heard it earlier, whether he won or lost tonight, Cypher will challenge always going to be accepted, or his challenge was always going to be accepted, and it will be Cypher challenging the captain for the television championship.
Only took like a year to book the match, but let's do it. And of course, the Promomania theme song is Bloodline by Captain's Revenge. You can find it right now along with all Captain's Revenge music on Spotify and all streaming platforms. Now, we have a wall, and it has more wankers on it than Bonnie Blue's schedule.
Oh my god.
It's time for the wanker wall.
Fuck, bring your Kleenex.
We're getting taken down, and we.
I'm the biggest wanker in this place, man! Hey, no. I'm the biggest wanker in this place, okay? Me, not you.
Whew. Well,
big deep.
I got some things to say for the wanker wall. First and foremost, I have to give 60 points to Finger in the Hole of the finger popper himself, the one, the only Ricochet.
Yes.
Yes.
For the multiple sclerosis comment, first and foremost, as someone who, I'm sure we all know someone in our lives who has had multiple sclerosis, it's not something to make fun of. It's not heel heat. You're just a dickhead. And he got death threats for it. The apology I felt was just like, okay, I guess I got to apologize. Maybe somebody from Tony or the legal department of AEW is like, hey, man, yeah, you're being a dickhead. So it did not come off sincere. Samantha Irvin had to delete her Twitter account because she was getting death threats. Don't go after the missus because the missus has nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. But it rubs you the wrong way because he could have said nothing. But he's the one who's like, I'm going to say what I want because I'm Ricochet, derp. And he just came off so bad. It's a bad representation for AEW. You are a representative of AEW, and you just make them look bad with your social media and your trigger fingers and your keyboardness because you think you made a funny ha 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 ha. No, the fuck it was not. So I have to give 60 points to Ricochet, and for me, I also have to go outside that wrestling bubble, and I also have to give a 50 points to the one, the only Mr. Kid Rock. And do you know why I'm giving 50
What's he
points
done
to
this
Kid
time?
Rock? So Kid Rock responded to Conan O'Brien. Now, Conan O'Brien was hilarious hosting the Oscars. He made a joke, and he said, tonight could get political, and if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. It's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. Hilarious. Made a great joke. And Kid Rock goes, I love a good joke, even when I am the butt of it. Unfortunately, this was not a very good one. Either way, if you want to see a real good show, because I am a real boy, this spring / summer that celebrates America and 250 years of freedom, make sure you buy your tickets from Ticketmaster for my Freedom 250 tour. Now, what's so funny about this is not the Rock the Country tour, which got canceled here in South Kakalaki, and probably will be as many others because so many people are dropping like fries from this thing, such as Shinedown. You know it's bad when Creed doesn't say anything. When you got Creed, MAGA's favorite rock band, friggin' just not even saying nothing like, yeah, I'm out. Friggin', this is the same Creed that everybody wanted that Super Bowl to be like in 2001. Can you take me higher? So, no, they said, we're not going to go any higher. We're going to get the fuck out of here. So when Creed distances himself from you, I felt like the new guy back in 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, Creed will not be here tonight. That's what it felt like for me. So Creed got the fuck out of there. But if I have to give 50 points to anybody, it's the Celebrity Wing Hall of Famer, the dipshit, the douchebag that is Bobby Ritchie, the one, the only Kid Rock for that, because he can't take a joke and he got his feelings hurt. My good almighty, you could go scratch your ass. 50 for Kid Rock.
Yeah. I was going to bring up Ricochet too. Like,
same man.
You know what? We consider ourselves smart marks. We appreciate heel heat. We appreciate heels being heels, i.e. MJF. Classic example. But there are certain lines, you know, and choosing to make fun of a disease like that is just below the belt. So
big time.
It's too far.
I'm gonna add 30 and make it a nice round 100 overall for Ricochet.
Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud.
All right, who else we got?
I do want to give 50 points again to the IWC. Now, I don't know whether y'all actually saw this, but there is a YouTube channel here called Ring Rivals.
I think I know where you're going.
Ring Rivals recently uploaded a video of Sasha Banks against Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Finally reveals why she left WWE.
Okay.
Apparently, it was something to do with Triple H. Now, first and foremost, Triple H was not in charge when Sasha Banks walked out. That was under the Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard administration. The thumbnail was, he ate my pussy.
Let's go.
Who were with McCadsey at the time, and now that guy's upgraded. And she had to do a statement, and everyone knows I ain't Mercedes' biggest fan. I do not like the gimmick Mercedes Moné, I hate it. But I do respect Mercedes Venado, the woman. And I love Sasha Banks because Sasha Banks was quite cool. So she had to make a statement of it, and I felt sorry for the woman. So that channel hopefully will get taken down. So I want to give 50 points to the IWC. And
I saw the thumbnail. It was like Triple H giving her a power bomb. And obviously her crotch is right there.
Yeah.
Like she tweeted the guy back and was just like, you know, this kind of content's just creepy. It's disgusting. Yeah. Assholes. I
got to give 70 also to the IWC, not for his reason, but another reason. The idiots in the IWC that are defending Vince McMahon that he didn't do nothing wrong since Janelle Grant has gone on trial and spoke there. She took the jacket, she took the car, she took the this and that, and now she's not saying anything, and now she's saying something. That poor Vincent McMahon, like they're fucking Bruno Sammartino, that Vince McMahon. For the love of God, 70 points for the IWC for just being creeps, weirdos, and dickheads.
I'm going to stick on the IWC then because I was going to bring them up too and drop 100 points on them. For comments made about JBL. Now, JBL recently appeared on The Undertaker's podcast.
Oh, I've seen this.
With Michelle McCool. And
dude, that fucking show was awesome.
Yeah, I fucking love JBL. All I've seen is
Oh,
people fat shaming JBL because his neck's a little big. The dude is about to turn 60. He's been retired for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And you're fat shaming him on social media. Why?
Hold on. As an already fat guy.
Yeah.
If I had the money Bradshaw had, the career Bradshaw had, and I've been retired that long, guess what? I'm gonna get fat too.
Yeah.
I ain't wrestling. I don't need to make no motherfucking comeback. Nobody wants to call me. I'm the heel. Motherfuckers didn't like me. But I will do my appearances. I'll do my shows. But guess what? I'm going to live my life. I bet you my man he's probably grilling steaks on a daily with the bread he has.
Yeah.
All the money he's made over in the investment market, all the years in wrestling and everything in fucking between. I'm sure he still gets royalties and shit from the fucking feuds he has with John Cena and everyone else. And Eddie Guerrero. Don't forget the Eddie Guerrero one he had that we still talk about. It's 26. It was 20 plus years ago. So again, don't get mad. The thing is, and I know that what it is they look at Taker and they're like, well, Taker's in good shape. Motherfucker, Taker has had 2 hip replacements.
Yep.
He's had 2 hip replacements, and he had to get in shape to go back to the E. You know who hadn't had to do any of those things? Who hasn't had any kind of hip replacement surgeries or bad back surgeries or knee surgery? JBL.
2009, the man retired. He ain't done anything since.
So we mad at a man for living the American dream. Yep. I've worked my ass off, retired with money. I'm gonna spend my money on
barbecues.
Hey, barbecue, baby. If there's one thing I'm gonna spend my money on, if I'm ever a billionaire, it's gonna be some fucking food. Okay, I like stuff. I like food more.
Yes, I'm with you. And I also have to say, to add on to your point that was so eloquently said, my dear friend, is the other part of that, too, is the man had a book, Have More Money Now. The stuff that he made from the financial side of things, like, come on now, man. Like, he's got the money. I also got to give, 50, and I think, Daz, will have you comment, because I know you wanted to say something about NXT. Keanu Carver for interrupting the Booker T appreciation ceremony. I loved it. I loved it too, but goddamn you, Keanu. He's just throwing referees down, just like trying to act like he's the new Keith Lee. This man is friggin' just mollywopping people, but asshole for interrupting Booker T the way you did. Fuck you, Keanu.
How many points did he get? 50. All right. I was going to bring up NXT, but it's all producers this week. NXT, Raw, AEW, they all had some very shitty editing at certain points. NXT, whoever's responsible for going from that Booker T segment to the next match, was it your first day on the job, or were you drunk or something?
Yeah, with Red Sinclair and friggin' Fallon Henley. Oh, yeah.
Like, first of all, you play Booker T's music while he's speaking.
Yep.
Then you cut the segment kind of like mid-sentence.
Bring your kid to work day.
And then you just drop the segment completely and just go to the next match.
Kid to work day.
Raw was giving me whiplash because it was cutting to black every 5 minutes. Especially when there was a big move or somebody was going for a pin. Boom, black screen. What the fuck are you doing? Why does Netflix need so many ad breaks? You're fucking Netflix.
Hey, you gotta advertise how much money we're spending on this product. I understand that, but yeah, no, it's a bit much as well.
And
You're
then
gonna give me a long ad. Just give me a long ad break. Give me 3-4 minute ad break, and then get on there.
AEW had a couple of editing slips on Revolution, but the one that really got me on Raw was it felt like they were stalling. Like I said, it felt like it was a long show. The biggest reason for that was there was a lot of stalling.
Oh yeah.
AJ Lee, her celebration went on for like 5 minutes. She was just going round the ring, then she went to the ramp, then she spoke to the ref, and then she did another lap before Becky came out and jumped her. It felt like they were stalling for time for some reason. And I think Roman was stalling for time as well. And like, this is the last segment. Why are you stalling?
It takes about 20 minutes for Roman to get to the ring.
Yeah, that's standard.
Nowadays.
But yeah, I just felt like there was a lot of stalling. There was a lot of issues with production this week in all three big shows. SmackDown, I didn't really notice any, but definitely noticeable on Raw and NXT and a little bit in AEW, so I don't even know who to give points to. 50 points to producers.
There you go, just producers.
Because you just had sticky fingers on the keys this week.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll give 90 points just because to the mush brain dipshit that we have in charge. So I got to give him 90 points. Just because.
No more bad can happen, only good happen.
Wait, are you talking about TK?
No, not Tony Khan. The DJT.
Oh, okay.
That motherfucking asshole.
I mean, hold on. You could also give. I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, you could give 70 to sit and bounce, just because you can give 70 to sit and bounce.
I was about to digress the same. Yeah, I need to give an extra 30 points to TK to give him the round 100. Why is Takesh still losing?
Yeah,
that too. Yeah,
and Marina.
The Marina one I'm a little more mad about. Takeshita, I'm not. I don't want to say it's fine. Yeah, he is a New Japan fucking TV champ. You need to do something more with that guy. That's some bullshit. So yeah, no, I like those points. Those are all quality points. Oh God.
The only other one I've got is I was asked to add points to Lyra for last week and her fake tan job.
No.
But I don't like giving points to Lyra because we all like Lyra. So I'm going to assume that somebody else spray tanned her, and I'm going to give points to Lyra's beautician.
Spray tan person, yeah. You go.
Spray tan person, you get 30 points. Hopefully that does justice.
You just made the list.
Because I think Lyra flipping out on Bailey this week was actually pretty entertaining.
Stop shouting at me! I haven't done this yet. I need to give my customary points to Uncle Dave.
What do you do now?
Well, he said, and I quote, if I can manage to find it, on Ronda Rousey's debut.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's good for them to have a strategic alliance with her, because in the real world, whether wrestling fans like her or not, in the real world, her name carries a lot of weight. You do know the fans do not give a fucking shit. She had no pop when she arrived at Revolution. As we pointed out very well, her last run in WWE was an embarrassment. How Sasha Banks was robbed of that Royal Rumble in 2022, it still beggars belief. She's going to be a disaster.
I think he has a half point. She probably does have more fans outside of wrestling than she does inside wrestling.
Sure.
But her name carried a lot more weight 10 years ago than it does now.
Ronda Rousey fan 9864999482255999 on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
He mentioned Dave, so I got to give 80 points to sidekick Brian Alberts for
Uncle Brian.
For hating on the Texas Death Match and hating it and said that they went too far and Tony can't help himself.
No,
like it's a
death match.
You know what you're getting with a Texas Death Match.
My only gripe was, like, we know the glass isn't 100% real, but like there was a spot where he dragged him through the glass,
right?
And then in that promo after the match that we saw last night on Dynamite, there's like barely any cuts on MJF's chest.
Yeah.
Like it should have been shredded.
A little bit.
But I don't think the match went too far. It was super bloody, super violent, but that's what you expect from a death match.
Yeah, it did its job.
So Brian gets how many points?
I'm just gonna give him 80 because he's a dickhead.
Dickhead.
Oh, there is one more. There is one more that I need to give. I want to give 100 points to Sean Ross Sapp.
Now, what happened now with Sean Ross Sapp?
Now, there is a guy called Joe Elias Jr.
Okay.
This is about when Ricochet did the apology, which I think is done on ChatGPT, by the way. It's fucking terrible. And Sapp retweeted it, saying about the apology, but he never mentioned anything about the fucking MS tweet. So, Sean Ross Sapp replied to a comment, it was really ball-washing this apology. Where was the same energy covering the reason he had in the first place? Sapp replied, I'm sure you deeply care about MS and the woman who was insulted. Now, this guy replied saying, funny you mentioned Sean, my wife was diagnosed with MS in 2011. She's legally disabled due to cognitive issues. I've lived with the anxiety attacks, the anger, and tears because she couldn't remember where she put something when she was holding it for 30 seconds prior. So, yeah, I
Sean,
care.
you fucked
100
up.
points, Sean Ross Sapp. Fuck you.
Oh, okay. I have one more. And just because of that severity, I'm also going to add another 100 to this severity because it's just a crime. Got to give it to Jake Paul.
Oh, I think I might know the reason.
For that bullshit interview that he had with the mush brain dipshit, just the whole thing was just ridiculous. Just like, I want to be just like you. You bring me courage. I love you, Donald. You're the best. Thank you for talking about me like that. And also, if you even want, you can even add 105 to this, Dazzy, if that's even possible. Just for his sweaty pits when he was doing that pit. The sweaty pits get an extra 5 points.
Extra 5 points, let's do it.
Have you not seen this freaking interview and this speech where he's like, Donald, he gives me courage.
I saw the clips of it. I don't, as much as I try to like ingrain myself in everything political that way when fucking the arguments come about it, I don't look a complete and total dipshit. No, when Jake Paul fucking throws his face in there too, I'm like, you can fuck off.
No, then Donald's like, that guy, he could run for president. I would have him run for office. I could see it in the future. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, because we're living Idiocracy, the fucking movie. We have the stupidest people in the world running the shit, and they're like, hey, of course you'd see a fucking another dumbass be able to run the country.
Dude, we got Mark Wayne Mullen going for DHS, and he's fighting people with his plumbing ass and the 3 MMA fights that he's had, and him just being a dickhead. Fucking Mark Wayne Mullen, you sack of shit.
Love this.
I'm going outside of wrestling as well for the next one. Everybody know Louis Theroux?
Yes.
Very, very famous documentary maker, very famous interviewer. He's just put out a new show, basically about masculinity and, toxic masculinity in particular. And he spoke to, I don't fucking know him, a TikToker called, what's his fucking name? HS Tiki-Taki.
Is this the one with Pierce Morgan? Is this the one with Pierce Morgan?
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen the show, but I've seen this clip, and it's basically he's talking to, I'm going to call him by his government name, Harrison Sullivan, and he said, I think you're homophobic, and Harrison said, I'm not homophobic, I've got gay mates. And Louis said, but didn't you say if your son was gay, you'd disown him? And then there's like a pause where you can see the gears turning in Tiki-Taki's head, and he goes, that's not homophobic.
What?
But it is.
Definition of homophobe.
God.
Like, I've got gay friends.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
But, okay, hold on. I love y'all to death, but as the only ethnic person in this group, I have to say it like this. That's like, in every situation, I'm not racist, my gardener's Mexican. That's like saying shit like that, you know what I mean?
But it
like
was the
fucking...
I'm not homophobic, but if my kid was gay, I'd disown him. But that's not homophobic, but it is. That's literally homophobic.
Oh God, I hate to say this. Is this kind of like? I made this comparison on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. Puta McPuta is with Victoria Crawford in TNA. Is that kind of like, I can't be racist because here's my black friend?
Yep.
So,
you see my black friend?
Never heard of him before, but HS Tiki-Taki, you get 200 points for being a dumbass.
Dumbass.
Like, my cousin's gay, and I was fucking proud of him when he told me. I was the first person I was told.
Yeah,
I was like, good on you.
I say this all the time. We live in such a world where there's more of this instead of this. We need more of this because it's just such asinine. And we're all human beings at the end of the day. So if anybody's got hate in their heart, I'm going to put it right here. Double bird. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
The only thing we hate is ad breaks on Netflix.
That
and YouTube. Fuck them. Jesus Christ, on a
on,
bike.
Man. You don't want to see Cody Rhodes drinking Wheatley? Wheatley's so good. I'm drinking Wheatley.
I do like the fact that WWE have alcohol commercials, because like, not because I'm trying to push everybody to drink, but like 10 years ago, you'd have been like, there's no way WWE is ever going to advertise alcohol, and now they got Wheatley vodka everywhere.
What about the TurboTax commercial with LA Knight, Pentagon, and Stephanie?
Oh yeah, that shit's hilarious.
Hold on for one more day.
I can't have Pent to do my fucking taxes though. That's no point.
I'm gonna drop my final 20 points, and I don't really like doing it because it's not really her fault. But 20 points on Maxine Dupree, because this rivalry with Natty's gone on way too long. It needs to die now. It hasn't amounted to anything. It's just sucked from day one. So please be over now.
It's the exact same as the MFTs and the Wyatt Six. When is it going to end?
And I love the Wyatt Six, but yeah,
I love them.
See that. Me too. Well, we got to spread it out so they can get the urn back. Not the urn, I'm sorry, the lantern.
They did, and then they lost it again. This feud is also just dying a death.
I see them winning it back on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. This one they won the tag titles back.
Just end it. All right, if there's no more, let's move on to the good side then, because that is all the wankers for this week. So go laugh at them.
That's right. Laugh as you should out about. Give him the old Nelson. Fortunately, not everyone is a wanker. Maybe some people are cooler than that, and it's time to talk about them. It's time for the Bruv Board.
Bruv.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to put something on the wank wall. I forgot to give some for John Laurinaitis.
Oh, was that the AI thing, bro?
Yes.
Oh, how he fucking made his
I gotta have
bigger.
100 points to John Laurinaitis.
All right, added in post. As far as the above board, I'm pretty sure I did make a note, but I lost it. But anyway, I'm going to drop 500 points to Oba Femi.
Yes.
For
there it is. Good start.
Dropping Brock Lesnar like a sack of shit.
I will add an extra 200 to that.
The pop was insane.
Yes.
I'm super happy for him.
I will add an extra 200 points to that for you.
Oh man, he's on 1,000. You're on 1,070 points, Oba Femi. Is that the highest? I think he's currently on top of the Bruv board now.
Then, man.
Yeah, he is.
How high you can go.
See what happens when you take out Brock?
Oba Femi just went straight to the top of the Bruv board.
Perfect.
I think if you're going to put obviously all them points in Oba Femi, you're going to give 100 points to Brock Lesnar for literally
the cell job itself, yeah.
The cell, and also telling Oba, stamp on my chest, and then point at the sign.
Yeah.
So it's literally going to make Oba Femi into a bigger star. Even though Brock, at the start of his career, Rock put him over. Undertaker, twice. Hogan. Did. RVD. So it's time for Brock to give back. I'd still haven't won his retirement match. I'm fine with that. But Brock deserves more credit. And now all the woke brigade's going to be like, oh, Brock should never be in wrestling again. Should never be wrestling again. Brock's a draw. He's money.
He's money, baby.
Yeah, he's a controversial one, but he, unlike what Brian Alvarez was trying to say about Ronda Rousey, Brock is still a big Dave Meltzer. Brock Lesnar is still a big name. He is still money. He is still a draw. And I think sometimes we forget just how wise he actually is to the business. Like we saw this week with putting Oba over and calling stuff on the fly to make it look even better. Same thing he did with Drew. Like, Brock can be a little bit selfish sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But he does have his moments where he knows what's good for business.
There are moments. It is a controversial situation having him out there. Yeah, you can nitpick. You can say this and that. It is what it is, I guess. At least it's not as bad as the ringleader, who's, thank God, not on television at all. I mean, again, it's not to look any bit better. But if we're ranting and raving about great stuff, I got to give 100 points to Will Ospreay. Only out for, I think, what was it, 6 months, 6 months, believe it or not, after neck fusion surgery, and he's already back. I like it.
They look great, too.
I don't need you getting hurt, but remember, I've watched you destroy your neck in New Japan, and I know how fucking flimsical that thing is. Do not get hurt. As they said on commentary, he looks about as close to 100% as he can be, which is good. Because, again, this company's going to need him, especially with the run MJF is on and with Wembley around the corner. So, 100 points for Will, no problem. Who do I want to... There was somebody else I wanted to give points to. I didn't talk about this match as much as I should. I personally thought it was 5-star. Andrade El Idolo versus Bandito was out fucking standing. I was ranting and raving on the negative, but now that I think about it, it is an absolute heat magnet. So 60 points to Andrade for the red-hot, itty-bitty Speedo that just drew your attention. He was the PP man, as we called him all day long in the TSK, because it was just, no matter when the pants came off, no matter how good the moves were, you were like, it winked at me. You just couldn't help but look at it.
That's a total package.
I'm going to give 50 points to the original El Grande Americano. We don't say his first name, but Gable. Because he had a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction on Raw. Split his ass tights wide open very early into the match and continued unfazed. So, mad respect.
Hey, he needed a tailor because he ripped his pants. SpongeBob SquarePants style, man.
Also, I'm gonna suggest we probably give Oba Femi customary points every week, even though he's on 1,070 after the points he received this week. In second place is AJ Styles with 260 points. The gap is massive. Jesus. Oba doesn't need points every week, but we're gonna give him anyway.
At least 5.
5 points a week.
I got to give 40 points to Aaron Rourke of Evolve as he beat Jackson Drake for the Evolve Championship. Yes. First ever openly gay World Heavyweight Champion. So shout out to Aaron Rourke.
Very nice.
I like that. I thought it was a good decision. I thought it was a very good decision to do that.
I think we also got to give 30 for Ren Sinclair for finally winning a championship on NXT for the Speed Championship. Ren QCC, baby. And I will give 30 for Tatum Paxley just for that great cage match that he gave.
Oh, it's a great match.
I was going to drop points on Tatum anyway, but yeah. Great cage match. Glad the right person won. And then I'm sure Beer's foaming at her now, feuding with Blake Monroe.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I do want to give my customary 50 points to Blake Monroe for, especially the entrance. It was like an Undertaker sort of entrance through the bottom. And I was like, yep. That's what you're going to do with Blake. The woman from hell. That's the gimmick. I like the other gimmick, but the woman from hell gimmick suits her better. So 50 points to Blake, obviously.
It was a very cool entrance. Like, where the fuck did that trapdoor come from?
The trapdoor, that's what I was looking for. I want to give 50 points to Bailey.
Yeah.
Excellent match against Flammer on the weekend at Triple Red Reyes. And again, great match on Monday against AJ Lee. That was
Solid
AJ Lee's
match
best
with
match
AJ.
since coming back.
Yeah, super.
50 to
The match with
AJ as
Flammer,
well.
I thought Flammer match was fucking awesome.
Quality shit.
I was hoping we'd see more of AJ defending against other women on the road to Mania. I think they've brought Becky back a little too soon. But we called it. The rematch is happening at Mania. More than likely.
Yeah. Who else?
I want him on a nice round number, so I'm going to give 40 points to Danhausen for just being an entertaining little shit.
Are you cursed?
Make it 50.
I bet it. Yeah, we're going to give him customary points every week too, so he doesn't curse us. So yeah, 50 points to Danhausen as well. So he's on 250.
I got to get 50 to Jacob Fatu for just yelling at Trick Williams, and a 50 for Trick for that just facial expression. I was a rookie fast. And just like that whole thing there, like I'll just think Jacob Fatu, yeah, that I mean all day, and Trick Williams for the facial expression, and 40 each for Pentagon and Dragon Lee for the amazing overall.
Oh,
awesome
hell yeah.
match.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think. Sure, I do actually want to give, out of sympathy, actually, I want to give 50 to Mercedes, because in all fairness to her, she did not deserve that.
Right.
Nah, the internet's
fucking video.
creepy.
So I'll give 50 to Mercedes. Have generosity.
Stop being
So
creepy shits.
kind-hearted you be. Oh, yeah, don't be creepy.
Even though I've always said I'm not her biggest fan because of her attitude, but I'll be very lenient, so to speak.
I got to give 50 each to JBL and Hornswoggle, and I will tell you why. So they did a podcast together, and JBL and Hornswoggle were talking about Matt Cardona in the tanning salon.
Oh,
joking
the
out.
fucking...
Yes!
Yeah. Festus catching Zack Ryder jerking off in the tanning bed. So I will give 50 each for that story.
The best part about this is Hornswoggle was like, he was having some alone time. And fucking JBL's like, what do you mean? So he was masturbating. Oh, he was milking. What did he say? He was mogging his mule? He's like, I don't know what mogging is or whatever.
They
Or flogging his mule. He's flogging his mule.
They brought up
I'm like,
Hornswoggle
what the hell?
on Taker's podcast with JBL too, and Taker was like, he fell asleep under the ring. And it was like,
yeah.
Taker was in there,
that was funny.
Big Show was in there, Great Khali was in there.
Giants.
Finley was
How
like,
about with the story of them talking about the Big Show coming out to All Star? Somebody played the friggin' music and he's coming out to Shrek. All
Pissed.
I'm going to add 350 points to JBL for reasons already mentioned. Fuck the IWC.
Yeah, right.
Feckler, 50 points to Feckler.
Beckler, yeah. Quality run.
Awesome match with Chris Statlander at Revolution. Maybe the best I've seen from her in AEW so far.
Yeah, for sure. For damn sure.
I've seen her work in Stardom, and I knew how good she was.
She's awesome. Yeah, her Stardom work was outstanding.
She's great.
What else we got?
100 points to Jim Cornette for laying into Ricochet and also laying into that incident with OVW with that referee. Someone who has epilepsy and who's had seizures in the past, that was not good.
What happened there?
Because a referee...
Dallas Edwards.
That's it. He had a seizure in the middle of a match,
and the two wrestlers, I can't remember their names, they did not stop the match to check on the referee. They shoved the referee out of the way,
While
and they
he's
carried on the
convulsing.
match. When he was convulsing, that's it. And I thought, dude, they should have fucking stopped the match instantly. So, 50 points to OVW. I don't want to give 50 to Al Snow for the apology. It sucked.
Yeah.
I love you, Al. But come on.
Yeah, I mean, as a fellow epileptic, much like Beer has mentioned, I don't play around with that shit, because if you're having seizures like that, it's not just from like the flashing lights. There's other ways, like stress-related stuff, and even the impact that he took, the amount of impact he landed on that phenomenal form that the poor ref took. Thankfully, he's okay. I saw him in the hospital again, giving the thumbs up. But yeah, and I'll just give 50 to Dallas Edwards just for the fact that he's okay.
One of them was Brendan Balling. I don't know who he was against.
Yeah, that's...
Some Jahoob.
I'm trying to think who else, actually. We haven't given out customary points yet to Rhea and Io.
The ladies, nope.
No.
Yeah, we gotta give it to Mommy and Io.
Oh, you know what? We're doubling Rhea's points this week for her appearance on Raw. Damn.
Damn.
Oh, I got to give 30 to Conan O'Brien for the jab back at Kid Rock.
Yep.
And the other thing that he mentioned, we're at this theater. Let's see if he puts his name on this one. So I will give him 30 just for those two jabs.
Trying to think who else actually. I'm
gonna drop 50 points on MJF because we all know MJF can cut a solid promo, but
Yeah, he can.
That was an awesome promo from somebody who had just gone through like an hour of a death match, covered in blood, exhausted, and still dropped an absolutely fire promo immediately after the match backstage. He's just a goat.
He's the king.
The fucking man.
Do you know we should be disappointed this year, boys? We've not got Stephanie Valkyrie yet on the
I
broke
thought she
board.
was customary point.
Oh, damn.
That's customary point.
For what Stephanie was wearing during her match with Raquel Rodriguez, or Raquel Gonzalez, I do tend to call her because I'm NXT Mark. 100 points to Stephanie Valkyrie because we got to get her on the board.
Yes.
We'll take it.
I'm disappointed with myself.
And I don't think I got anybody else.
Nah, it's good for me.
I'm good too.
200 points to Randy Orton.
Okay.
All right, well, we found some more. Jesus Christ.
250. Randy Orton's on 250.
Finally. Let's get Randy Orton up there.
All right.
Deserves it.
Okay, we have one thing left to do before we end this show. To celebrate our 11th anniversary, we have a summit between our current general managers. They are, of course, El Jefe, Moses Marquez, and Cutthroat Daniel Crimmins. We ain't seen a whole lot from DC as a GM. Obviously, Mo's here every week.
The fuck?
But I guess now they're going to go face-to-face. They have 50-50 control. Well, I mean, I've still got some control, but these two are even. Just got figure things out. What's going on with the GMs on this road to Promo Mania?
Okay, dude, I'm like literally straight. I still got the practice shorts on. Okay, I'm straight from practice. You got me running around like crazy. It's been like 7 or 8 weeks, 6, 7 weeks, as the kids would say. As you're my co-GM, partner GM, whatever, and you just now show your face. You just now show your face.
You know, Mo, life happens, as you are well aware, but in those 6, 7 weeks, let's take a look at what's happened here. You know, we look at just this past week, Beer and Rob was supposed to be, a thing. First title defense of the new title, and look what the fuck happened. Got interrupted. We don't have a clear winner. So at some point, something's got to get resolved there.
So
at some point, got to get done.
I'm so glad that you bring up the resolve, because see, that's the thing. So with all the calamity that's going on, and yes, I'm just as fierce about it as possible. How in the hell do you expect me to handle a guy whose best friend is a demon and a dude whose other best friends are dragons? Okay, what do you expect me to do? I'm just trying to be here, trying to do what I can. But what I can say is that there's a contract signing in place. I have ample people watching the situation to ensure that there is no contact. And then we should hopefully and justfully move on to what I'm hoping is a rational conclusion at the biggest show of the year, Promo Mania.
As there needs to be. Biggest event of the year. Something like this cannot keep happening. We can't keep having these kind of events screw with the show. Can't keep having this mess with everything. There needs to be order. All parties involved need to understand that. Agreed. And if situations keep happening, maybe there need to be some consequences.
And that's where I think you and I are on the same point. It is getting out of hand, but again, I'm hoping that the situation has already come to a head. We have about 4 weeks until Mania. The contract signing stipulates that they cannot touch each other until Promo Mania. However, again, I can only do so much from where I am, but ample precautions are in place. Let's go with precautions. So that's one major problem handled. What else are we worried about now?
I think we need to address the situation with the knowledge title. I get the situation, but general manager as champion? What are we, Vince Russo now?
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for these allegations. You see,
Jeff Jarrett?
And I just had tacos for dinner. And how dare you insult me in such a way? But no, in reality senses, again, I'm inclined to agree with you. However, and I have to admit this, and the world can acknowledge, and the other co-host can acknowledge this as well. The knowledge title picture was a tight race. Prior to me becoming a GM, I was in said picture, and as of right now, the names of Ted Pitanero and the name of that one other guy that held the belt forever, Mike, scares people when they hold the title. You know who doesn't scare people? The GM that's, he's the chill guy. He's got his sunglasses on. I'd rather be fishing, They like me. I'm the cool guy. I'm the cool guy. But you're again, I'm inclined to agree. So with that being said, as I stated, within weeks away from Promo Mania, I am challenging the challenge to the world. Anyone and everyone who listens to the show, watches the show, participates on Facebook and everything in between, this is your opportunity to jump into the mix. Can you become the new Knowledge Champion? It's an open challenge at Promo Mania.
I think we need to add in a little spice, a little razzle dazzle, as the folks would say. So I don't think one opponent's gonna be quite enough. I think I'm gonna want to see 2.
A
triple threat.
I
kind of like that
for the Knowledge Championship.
Yeah, I think that'll do nicely.
Okay, a lot to digest there in those 5-ish minutes, but we are almost out of time, so thank you for joining us for our 11th anniversary. We're just a couple of weeks away from Promo Mania, and we appreciate you all for joining us. But before we close this up, let's find out what cheap plugs are coming your way from the TSK.
So the TSK have sat around and realized that we've been on hiatus for a little bit too long. So it's about to pick up the pace we are, and thank God for it. We're at Stand and Deliver, NXT Stand and Deliver. We're going to cover that one, which your boys got to listen to everybody else do their predictions, and then we'll do some watching first. But yes, Stand and Deliver is going to be on the TSK's watch list. The AEW Revolution review, I know you guys are clamoring for. That drops tomorrow. So that'll be out on a Friday, a little later than I like it, but it's a lot better than 2 to 3 weeks over. So Friday should drop for it. Again, we got the Stand and Deliver coming. 2-night WrestleMania, we'll be covering that. We'll be covering Dynasty. The comeback is on for the boys. So make sure you keep your ear out and eyes out for that. If you like the footy content and I just don't like the footy right now, don't worry. I'm still going to make it. It's just going to be angry. So if you want to hear somebody yell about some soccer and then get mad and yell about some footy, maybe not so much yell about it because it was actually a good showing. Should have won, though. It is what it is. The Max Football Pod is where you want to be. Cypher's still to make his debut. That's, again, on me. But he's covering the shit out of Charlotte. So good on him. And, yeah. Make sure you're following us on all the fun socials so you can be aware of what all is happening from the footy to the wrestling and everything in between, the music, the talking, the aftermax. Make sure you're checking that as well. Make sure you're following us on all of the beautiful platforms. Start on the evil Twitter machine, Max Wrestling UK, Captain 512, SMR Podnet, and, of course, the Max Football Pod. Check out the website, maxwrestlingnet.weeby.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, follow button right here on the YouTubes. Then head over to Facebook where the whole nonsensory happens. You can be part of the EVP running. You want to get in the knowledge title mix, you can get a part of it there. You want to be a part of the big tournament that we got coming. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. It's the King of the Mic. You got to be a part of the Facebook. Now is the time, ladies and gentlemen. Get your name in the hat. And then, of course, follow us on all the other fun socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cats Bizox.
Yes, Bizox.
And of course, you know him for Black and Gold. He's pretty much the NXT guy, Beer.
He is the NXT guy.
Yes, that is right. I am the NXT Mark, of course. I have been very far behind on the Back to Black and Gold series. I have got one that has been recorded, and I'm hopeful to drop that today. And then I'm hopefully going to get back to normal. I am thinking about still going back to do the retro rewatch as well. Touch wood, I can get that done. My schedule at the moment is all over the place, but please forgive me. So please forgive me. My channel is JMB434. Like, subscribe, click the bell button, and then when my content drops, you'll get the first notifications. So thanks.
And there's a reason we call him the podcast machine, Mike Larkin.
So the son of the goon was messaging me because he's got like a thirst trap going for Stacy Keibler now. So I don't know what it is, but he's become like the #1 simp for Stacy Keibler. Can't blame him. So he sends me a message of like, I don't even care what he's saying. And it's a clip from WrestleMania 19 of her and the coach talking to the Miller Lite Catfight girls. Mind you, I love this, but he's like, why you been holding out on this to me? I'm like, I saw this in real time when I was 11. Okay, I'm not holding anything. You gotta ask, and I'll give you the goods. So he's been going on like the simp mode and friggin' amplified for fucking Stacy Keibler. I'm like, I don't blame you, but goddamn it, man. Get into the
legs.
Legs. Knows how to move them. So the Son of the Goon and I, the Max Wrestling Tag Team Champions, we just had a hell of a bout with Cypher and the Blade, or as Steve called him, Bunny Rodriguez, hoppity hop bitch. So you can check that out on Max Wrestling Revolution Road. You can also check out the S&M Network shows. Please do, because these two gentlemen right here, Beer and Moses, are going to be a part of this season of Uncaged, myself and Daniel Crimmins. Beer will be coming on to talk about Bret Hart's favorite wrestler, Borg, and we got Moses. We got Moses Marquez coming on, talking about Bash at the Beach 2000, and how you'll never see that piece of shit again. So we get to talk about the And we also got the Stephen Mike Show, the LFC podcast. LFC's coming back with Tusslemania, WrestleMania weekend, baby. We got the On the Mic with Mikes. We got some pop culture. We got Deep into the Heart of Wrestling with myself, Nicola, and Mr. Robert Davis. Our last show, we actually took a look back at the match between Kaylee Ray and Viper from ICW Fear and Loathing and the overall matchup that epic proportions was. So there's a lot of stuff coming on that end, and we also had, I got to tell this about Mo, Uncaged, Paul Morales. We watched AWA Super Clash 88, Mo. Oh my goodness gracious, it was the drizzling shits, and I feel bad for anybody that's watched that show. So
yeah,
go out of your way.
For them, but go check out his review anyway. Trust me, if you want a good laugh at the history, that's where you go.
Yeah, so go to S&M Network shows and check it all out, and subscribe to my boys here. You got some Max episodes on there, and so much more. So Daz, you'll put the link in the description. I'm sure him and I will be doing another Beyond the Music very soon as well. Because you're dropping like 10 fucking albums, man, in a row. I swear to God, what's the dealio, man? You've been doing the thing with them music Captain's Revenge.
I'm just trying to make some money.
Hey, man, I'm playing. Well, that's what you do with that
part.
It doesn't pay often, it doesn't pay much, but it pays.
It works.
And also, we love music, and also Max needs theme songs every now and then. So,
It works out.
yeah, like I said, Bloodline is a theme song for Promomania. That is from the latest album, so go check all that out on Spotify. And I know I keep saying it. I will hopefully try and get to work on the extra shows, not extra Max, but the first one did drop last week. But the other shows outside of wrestling, you know, the Homicidal Beasts, the movies, they'll be coming soon. I just need to work on them. I keep saying it, but we'll get to it. In the meantime, of course, this is Max Wrestling's 11th anniversary. Promomania is coming your way April 14th and 16th. 2-night events. Do not miss it. Next week, we will find out the Phoenix's stipulation for the Promomania clash with beer. Even I don't know
what it is.
Even I don't know what it is. All I know is I'm the ref. I'm the referee.
Because I'm in the middle.
So, from us to you, for 11 years of Max, the official anniversary is on the 22nd in a couple of days. So, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang.
Just a GM trying to do my job.
Happy anniversary. Tony Khan's a premature ejaculator, and he wonders why his Wrestling Observer pages are sticky. We know why.
Damn.
I bet you.
I bet you.